this is basically a guide. If you want to have a sheet of paper out and a pen, I highly recommend it. To ask, jot down questions you want to ask me. Again, please just ask me. Hey, Malcolm, haven't seen you in a while. Good to see us. So again, just interrupt anytime you need to. What else was I going to say? To get out a sheet of paper. However, I am going to send this to everybody. Right? Not right now, but afterwards. The only thing I need, and I'll remember at the end, I need, actually, you know what? It'd be better right now if you guys, my email, you know what? We'll do it at the end. I've got some of your also names and stuff, but at the very end, I'll give you the link so that you can have this. So you don't have to write down all the links. You don't have to write down all the software. It will all be there for you. Fair enough? And then you can even have a copy of this webinar if you want. Cool. We got killer amount of people online, so let's do it. All right, so, whoops, pause for a second. Let me play it. Play. All right, so, what's it doing? I don't want to do that. Okay, so what we got is a telehealth walkthrough. I'm going to present to you, this presentation will advise clinicians how to build and deliver an unforgettable pain relief experience. That's me and my family of 6 kids. All right, everybody always wonders, about the person who's presenting. So there's besides work, that's what else I do. I have had a clinic in Raleigh, North Carolina. I sold it in January of 2017, so I could strictly do present and keep on giving people the total motion release concept, which you'll learn the second half of this. And then everything I do is online. I work exclusively from home. My goal is actually to be able to give physical therapists a lifestyle career. Those of you who would like to, I'd love to get 100 people making over $100,000 a year just treating online. So that's my ultimate goal. But for those of you who have brick and mortars, I want to help you be able to get online and treat people, whether they want to come in the clinic or do they want to also have treatment online. So lots of multiple ways to make a hybrid of this or go fully online. So just let you know that it's there. And I want to show you how much this stuff is taking, again, right now we have 46 people online. This is a hot topic right now. And I'll show you why here in a bit. So here's the first half summary, all right? We're going to give you some statistics of telehealth. We're going to talk about doing it across state lines. Who's using it? Tele-PT jobs. In fact, we've got, in who's using it, we got a couple of them that are probably on here because I took their websites and showed where they're doing it. So how to bill for it, right? What's needed to get online? There's some apps, and I'm going to tell you the ones that I'm familiar with, or I know other people are that, somebody just gave me the Jane app. And the marketing, how do you market telehealth? That's the first half, first hour. Second one is we're going to do, how do I get great results online? All right. You guys who do McKenzie right now, you can, okay, already. I'm going to enhance the McKenzie protocol. If you don't already know it, there is another webinar that takes the TMR, enhances McKenzie, but then there's an entire process of how to do exercise online to get immediate results. Not 2 weeks from now, but now, okay? I'm going to give you a checklist for starting telehealth, and I'm going to give you the recommended books. So telemedicine is the way of the future, according to the world market of telehealth, with a projection of 1.8 million users in 2017 and doubling in 2018. Telemedicine literally means healing from a distance, according to the World Health Organization. Telehealth refers to an extensive array of remote healthcare services delivered by technology. Okay, so what about guys, I know some of you guys are, maybe athletic trainers, massage therapists, but I'm going to do it according to, I can't look at all of it. I'm going to look at it in the PT market, but I'll show you how to go about looking at it for your own market. Right? So we're going to take a look at the PT compacts here. So I've got to switch screens now and share again. Hardest thing for me right now is to find my mouse. Let's see here. I think this is the one. Sorry, I've got, there it is. I don't want that one. There we go. Okay. So this is the telehealth licensure, gives physical therapists a chance to grow. This is really, really cool. All right, what it is, and it's from the Federation of State Boards of Physical Therapy. And I'm going to go to the main website. It's called PT Compact. Again, I'll give you all these links. I'll send you this entire thing so you have it. But if you want to look at it, ptcompact.org. Physical therapy, what it is states, all right, that are involved. The blue, ones in blue, I think there's 14 or 16 of them right now, that are going to be part of this PT Compact that pretty much says you're going to have permission to treat in all those states. All right? All you have to do is I guess you have to buy this package. We'll go back to it in a second. So those are already, the ones in blue have it in their licensure or in their rules and regulations saying this kind of stuff. The green, their legislation is being introduced, and the grays haven't been introduced yet. Fair? And so what it is you're going to be able to come back, and now the discussion is this is supposed to happen in April. Whether it really will or not, I'm not sure. But what you'll do is you'll come back here and you'll purchase a compact privilege license. So right now, if you go to it, it'll just say coming soon, first half of 2018, which probably means second half of 2018. You can go ahead and click on it and actually sign up for it. All right, so they'll just send you notifications. So again, really cool stuff. Now, also to let you know is that you've got, again, this was just sent to me yesterday. It was on a Facebook page, a group, and it says they're unbundling this code called 99091. I don't exactly know. I don't have time to look it up. But what it's basically saying is that CMS is an important step forward for healthcare because it's getting perhaps Medicare to, I think it's Medicare that's going to open it up more and more to telehealth. And it doesn't seem to exclude people, all right? But again, it sometimes lists out who can and can't do it. And again, if you happen to be sitting on this web or on this webinar and you know more, will you please get on and say something about it? Now, the other thing is, people will ask, hey, does my insurance pay for it? And we'll talk a little bit more about this. But I pulled up North Carolina corporate reimbursement policy. Now, this one talks about telehealth. It is talking mainly about doctors right now, but there's some language in here that is very beneficial and positive to getting this approved for us in the rehab, if it's not already. And I'll talk about how you can find out, not just by calling them, but by actually using a modifier, perhaps. Right? Now, how about, and so I'm not going to flip between, but I'll go back to the presentation here in a bit. But how about looking at, okay, well, let's see whether there are PT jobs in this area, right? So it's really cool. There are companies out now, and I talked to this guy yesterday also, that they're putting together networks of physical therapists, just like when you get online, let's say you want to do an online doc, or what is it, teledoc, and you're sick. And you get online, and 10 minutes later or 5 minutes later, you're on with a doctor who's telling you if you had a sinus infection or something. Same kind of thing they're setting up, and they already have, asking therapists if they want to join the network, physicians if they want to join the network, and they're doing really cool stuff to begin to have it so that you literally could just be a tele-PT. Okay? And there's another one here called Teletherapy Direct. Again, this is, come on online, get treatment, and it's asking for physical therapists. Now, this is where taking a look at who's out there doing it. First one you got here is Rocky Mountain Human Performance, which is Stephen. So Stephen, you want to unmute yourself for a second and just kind of share? You don't have to, but if you see could you do
Sure. I've been doing this for probably 8 years now with extremely good results. it's just a great way to connect with people around the world, basically, with primarily for me, orthopedic and sports related problems, and give them a solution.
And how are you doing that?
Basically, as they will contact me, as you see here, need a diagnosis, they'll fill that out. I will contact them. They will prepay via PayPal, and then I go online with them using either Skype or FaceTime, and we have a up to an hour conversation. And based on that, based on the information that they give to me, I send them a home exercise prescription. And they can do, basically, they can come back to me at any time and ask for follow-up consults, etc.
Are you doing this cash-based?
All cash-based. I've been cash-based for 40 years.
There you go. For how long? 40, did you say?
40 years.
Oh, wow. Very good. So Steve and I are going to get on, and we'll probably do another presentation. I'm going out of town for a bit, but in March and stuff. So
Fabulous.
Thanks a lot, Steve.
Sure.
Is it Stephen or Stefan? Because I also have another.
Stephen.
Okay, cool. All right, so let's take a look at a couple others here. Doing a little bit. This is functional ability physical therapy. This is Dr. Chase. If you're on here, please let me know. So again, I just Google searched them. Here's an orthopedic and spine physical therapy place, and they're using PT on demand. Right, they're setting up visits already. So it's coming. This is in-house. So I don't know if they're using a combination. Whether, think about this. How about on snow days? What if you could do telehealth on snow days? So you don't lose so much. E-visits. Okay, so here's teletherapy solutions. I know he's actually got a group. I think it's called Telehealth CI, like clinical instructors on Facebook. He's kind of doing it more as a consult right now. So anyways, there you have it. Coming back over, I'm going to share another part of my screen here. There we got a little bit of that. So here's some statistics. Obviously, I couldn't pull a lot from physical therapy because the statistics aren't there, but let's just look at hospitals. Here's the percentage of hospitals that have a telemedicine program. Large employers offering telemedicine. And again, you're talking 2015, 2016. I couldn't pull it for 17 necessarily. Number of virtual physicians in the U.S. So increasing by 200 million or 200,000 a year. Here's the resistance that patients have. So won't cover it. Again, you can Stephen can tell you what he's not having a problem with it for certain patients, and I think you'll find that. I mean, like I think I paid $35 or $50 to do my sinus stuff, and that was worth it to me. Than rather, when I went online, I had a sinus infection, and I just got my scripts there and done with it. Data, they're worried about secure data, losing a personal relationship, and internet connectivity issues. This also is physical therapist concern. Is it secure? Hey, I've got to do one-on-one. Internet's my patients won't want to do it. So again, it's also in your minds oftentimes if you're not using it. But again, if you're sitting on this conference, you're already probably, you're as we say, early adapters. You're always out there trying to look for the latest and greatest stuff and be ahead of the curve. So patients' desire for telehealth, convenience, almost at 60%, potential cost savings, and again, for medicine, ease of prescription fills, and they are communicating more with the healthcare provider. Now, here's an interesting fact. Here's how many are open to it, but here's how many have actually done it. And this is just a big old, iSalus must be a telemedicine something, but it said 44% of private practices, again, we're talking medicine, making it their -- priority. This was in 2017. All right, and telemedicine is expected to grow. I can't read this because I got something in the line of it. Grow from 250 patient users in 2013 to more than 7 million patient users in 2018. Is it legal? This was pulled from a site called Physio. So The natural question any PT will ask is whether treating a patient remotely is ethical. After all, we're notorious for hands-on. The APTA, however, endorses the use of telehealth in the physical therapy field, provided there's ultimately a physical therapist responsible for providing the care. Obviously, telehealth has its limitations. Now, I don't find these limitations once you start doing TMR, but it should not be used to replace an initial consult. I don't necessarily agree with that. And rough estimates are seen in via video camera are different from actual palpation and range of motion data that therapists can collect. The key is to using remote PT treatments as they are intended to. We don't need to keep on reading. Just get you the idea that it's out there. How do I bill for telehealth? There is some stuff that, the GT modifier is not being asked. GT, the T must stand for telehealth, I'm assuming. But just like in-person physical therapy visits, you can bill for services such as therapeutic exercise, activity, neuromuscular rehab, in-group therapy. You will need to use a GT modifier after 5 digits. The discussions on the Facebook groups and stuff is saying, hey, throw a GT modifier on one of your 97110s and see if it gets paid. Do experiment with a telehealth conference and put the GT modifier and see if you get paid. And then obviously the other thing is for cash. Very simple. Our insurance is paying for tele-rehab. Again, I kind of described you're going to have to do it. You can call them up, and I showed you the thing for Blue Cross Blue Shield, the PDF. So it's happening. I think a lot more of us are going to use this as cash pay. But if it's going to take on to the insurances too, if it hasn't already. Anybody know whether they're getting paid in their state yet? And I realize there's a bunch of questions on the chat things, and I'll get to them later. Okay, so what is needed to get online? I want to take this through slow enough so that you guys feel comfortable, but I'm not going to take it through and do all these things, right? I'm going to take through one of them and just show you very quickly what it looks like, and it's like doxy.me. These are the video platforms. The ones that I have on there, I tell you about whether they're HIPAA compliant or not. What you're sitting in front of right now is zoom.us. It's not HIPAA compliant. You can make it be, but it's more expensive. But I'm taking things like doxy.me and clocktree.me, and I'll share with you their prices. All right, doxy.me is free for part of it. Clocktree, I think, is too. We'll look at it. Then there's got scheduling platforms, because if you don't have an EMR and you're doing cash pay, which one do you use? And I'll bring Dina on here that I see is here, and he can tell you a little bit about janeapp.com. I even called them, and they're really great people. They're actually from up in Canada. But let me just switch over my screens here in a second, and I'll show you all this stuff. In your EMR and billing scheduling, I'm just putting down here the ones I use Careo when I had a clinic, and then WebPT is oftentimes the EMR people have. So if you're starting from scratch, again, when I send you guys the link to be able to have this webinar, it's just on a Google PowerPoint. You can just go to it, because every single one of these, oops, sorry, didn't mean to do that, actually shows it. Okay. All right, so sorry, I can't, just the way I have it set up. Let's see, I haven't done this part. Okay, let me share my other screen. All right, so here's doxy.me. So the prices, I'm going to show you and then I'll come back to you. So doxy.me, I'm going to come over to Doxy here. Simple and secure telemedicine solution. I'll sign on here in a second. But pricing is up here. You've got Clocktree, then 0 for 10 hours a month, $49 for 100 hours a month. But again, it might get a little more pricey. They do sign a BAA. If you don't know what a BAA is, basically under HIPAA compliance, the people that you're using that are going to be delivering things to and from patients are going to have privileges of the patient and their information, their videos. You're wanting to have them sign a BAA. Doxy also signs a BAA. Okay, so there's some. Let me just go back to Clocktree. And you'll notice these guys. See, look, telemedicine, telehealth, right? You've got, there's physio, which is pretty exclusively to physical therapists. It's $2 per digital session. It does get a little more pricey, but they're actually trying to do a little bit more geared towards physical therapists, have an exercise component to it and everything else. And then there's something that's been around for a while. It's e-visit, and the doctors are using that. So I don't know, we put down specialties and it doesn't necessarily show PT, but if we go back to this guy here and we go up into Telemost, look, his back end, it says e-visit up here. So he's using e-visits. And the price of this, and I don't know, I couldn't find the date on this, but it says it's $99 a month. I did see somewhere it was $139 a month. But let's just show you. Yes, Peter, we'll ask that question in a little bit. Let's just show you what Doxy.me sound. And this is very easy to set up. So I don't really want you guys to get overwhelmed with all this. I've got a checklist that you can begin doing. But when you come in here, you'll see me on there. I send them a copy of this, right, which is nice. It's got total motion on it. And they will come up. I actually should send this. Hey, Dean, I'm going to send this to you, okay? Let's see whether we can get you online with me real quick. Give me a sec. Why not do it live here? It doesn't matter that you're already on it. For some reason, it seems to get your camera, even though you're using your camera on something else. So I'm going to send this to Dean and see what happens. We'll come back. One sec. We'll see if he comes online. Dean, it should be to you now. And I see Dean up top there. Did you get it yet, Dean? I might have gone in your spam. I unmuted you, Dean.
Hold on. Yeah, I unmuted me too. Hold on 1 second here. You know what? I was messing around with another email. Give me 2 seconds to sign in.
No worries. So what happens is, as you're seeing this, the patient will come up here. You can have multiple patients, and you can actually apparently toggle between them. So I can just be on with Dean. I can turn him off. He can stay in the waiting room. I can go to somebody else, and I can continue to go that way. You may wonder, why would you want to do that? Well, once we do our second half presentation, you'll begin to see that, hey, there's no reason that you can't. If you're using our TMR online platform and they're actually doing something, training, or treating themselves and learning to treat themselves as they're doing the platform, the education platform of TMR, then why not be going over to somebody else, which allows you to charge maybe less to the patient, but make more by seeing more people. Again, I know there's a lot of questions like, do you bill in group settings or pediatrics, but we'll get to that stuff. All right, so I don't see Dean yet.
I am trying to sign in. I just clicked the link.
Okay, and let's see what it does.
Let me turn the camera off here just in case.
Okay. Tell me when you're up, Dean, and I'll come back. I'm just going to go forward a little bit.
Okay.
There's Zoom. That's what I'm using right now. This is not HIPAA compliant, but it's what I use for webinars. And I'm going to talk to you guys about the marketing part of it. Driving people to a webinar, if you want to stay all online, or have them do a workshop in your facility, and then actually have a webcam that has for the people at home. So you guys can do a workshop in your facility and stream it live online. I use Zoom to do that. What you're on right now is Zoom. Any luck yet, Dean?
Yeah, it looks like I'm checking in right now.
Okay. All right. So
slowly loading.
And then Dean's on here. So Dean uses an app. He's a cash-based PT, and it's called janeapp.com. Tons of scheduling. You want to talk a little bit about this, Dean?
Yeah. Can you see me? It looks like I'm on.
Oh, you're on Doxy? Okay, we'll come back to this. So we'll come back. There's Dean. I'm going to flip over to Dean. It's pretty wild that we're actually do this double time here. It's probably gonna be a little slow. There's a lot going on. I got three monitors on, and he'll be up in a second, most likely. He usually comes up pretty quick. But again, there he is.
It's spinning and loading.
Yeah, and so we see him because I probably have a faster internet. But hey, Dean. All right. Cool.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm hearing you through Doxy and Zoom.
He's double
crazy.
Now he looks. Yeah. So he looks slow on my computer right now. He will not be slow. Otherwise, it's just I have so many things up and working on here. Thanks a lot, buddy. You can tune out. And so like there'll be another. So if I were to, I'm gonna stop him. I think I just stopped him. He could wait in the waiting room actually, so he's not in the queue. I say to stop him completely. So, okay, fair enough. All right. So thanks, Dean.
Not a problem.
Stay on though for a second. So Jane app, a lot of mega stuff here. You get online booking. You can schedule. You can even do billing if you sign up for the more expensive one, which we'll talk about, and even some charting comes along with it. So Dean, you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I just started my cash practice in early December and was looking for something different. I am actually using Hino. If anybody is in network and looking for a great EMR scheduling and billing, check out Hino. It's Heno. Great new up and coming company. That's what I'm using in network. There's their plug. But Jane, I found through a couple other friends who have cash practices, and like I said, I just started in Charleston. Very, very simple, easy to use templates. I use it for scheduling. I use it for all my EMR. I do not do any of the billing through it. I just do that through a free application called Wave Apps. I make my invoices up through that. But I have found nothing that compares to Jane yet for my cash practice. I actually dictate or type on my phone while the patient is doing some exercises or some stretching while I'm in their home. And by the time I walk out the door, or I sit in my car for about 3 minutes and dictate right into my phone, and the note is done and closed within 5 minutes of leaving the house. So it's simple and easy to use. It takes a little bit to set up to get your templates in order. But after, I think I stayed up till 2 o'clock one night, worked from about 10 to 2 one night, got it all taken care of, and I was good to go with it. So if you have any questions, feel free to type it in the chat, and I will be happy to answer.
Cool beans, buddy. Thank you, man. Thanks, Dean. There's another one I found. Again, I haven't used this. It's called Acuity Scheduling, and it's 25, and they also do a BAA because you want now. Jane will. It doesn't say it on here. I called them. They're from Canada. They said yes, absolutely. You just have to email me, and I will send it. And Dean actually has done that, and he has his BAA signed. And again, BAA is signed so that when you use a company with HIPAA, if you're billing insurance, it's that you need. Okay, and Acuity Scheduling is another one. And again, guys, I've got all these links for you. All right, and then again, here's WebPT. There's Cario, which is billing. This one's your medical record. And then let's just go do Hino.com, like Dean had said.
Hino.io. And I'm trying to find my picture to mute myself.
Hino.io, okay. There you go. It's got EMR. Does it have EMR? Does it? So it does everything, billing too. Dean, you still there? It does everything then. Wow, all in one. There you go.
Yes, it does. I actually have my biller use it. We do billing in office, and it goes through Thera Office, which is free. So very slick, easy. I'm an old WebPT fan, and after they started raising their prices like crazy, I looked for an alternative. And so this is all in one. It costs $150 per full-time provider.
And what's the marketing module?
That's the one thing I do not have on it. That keeps, if I remember correctly, when I went through the training, it keeps where you went, who you visited. It has, I think it has some email follow-up for that as well, but I'm not 100% sure. Okay. It's got a store on it that's extra as well. that you can keep inventory of what you're selling and how much you've sold.
Awesome. Sorry, my thing just tuned out. Sorry, give me a second. Okay, good. I'm still sharing. All right, so let me stop sharing this one. Let me go back to the other one for a second. I think I'm done. Let me just see for myself over here. I think I'm done with that. Okay. So let me just answer some questions that's is going on right now. I got to find my mouse. There it is. So some chat questions going on, and then we'll get to the marketing part of it. Let me see what I can go up here. And so, Steve, a couple of these questions are for you, so get ready to.
So Thomas?
Yes.
I just wanted to know, and a couple of people have already asked as well, is how relevant is this to OT as well?
Yeah, I can't personally answer that question. Maybe somebody else can, all right? But I can't. I mean, I don't see why it shouldn't be able to and all, but I don't know. It's one part I haven't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so and this, Kristen said, my uncle uses telehealth for psychiatry. Yeah, it's huge in psychiatry. I know nothing else besides that, but he has told me this is the future. Psychiatry's got it all over it. I mean, in fact, if you say teletherapy.com or teletherapy and you put it in Google, most what's coming up is mental health. So, somebody says, how about PTA? Again, PTA, there's again, if you go on cash-based, there's certain things you're going to run into. I don't know all the laws. I don't pretend to be an attorney. I don't really want to get into that realm of it. I like what I do because I like the TMR part. I'm teaching you guys all this stuff because I've done it, okay? But my forte and my love is still the helping people help themselves and showing you can teach people incredibly fast results. And Dean will tell you on the phone if you want to, and I'm going to show and prove it to you. I'm an MT. Is this program for us as well? Again, there's no reason you can't do this cash-based. Okay, so yes, any of you guys that are sitting here on it, yes, you can use the platform that want to show it to you as far as that goes, and what we're showing you can use it. There's no reason your clients can't be doing this. Again, what's your base charge? Steven, could you get back on? Do you have a base charge that you're doing?
Yeah, my initial consult is $150 and follow-ups are $90.
There you go. Thank you. If anybody else is doing stuff already online, would you mind sharing? All right, and then so T. Mooney wrote, where are the clinicians documenting the record of the visit? Again, now you just saw where the documentations have. Are your clinicians asking for the patient's history and medical records around the specific issue as part of the record? Again, those doing online can answer that question. I'm doing it with clinicians. So, can we ask Stephen, how many of his telehealth cash patients are in the U.S. versus out of the U.S.?
80% are U.S. and 20% are outside of the U.S.
And you're billing cash, and obviously you must be going across state lines then.
Yes.
Okay. And how is that? Well, I'm going to say justified, if you will. That's not necessarily.
Well, I'm doing cash pay, so I don't really run into the insurance nonsense, et cetera. And basically the patient signs off on a disclaimer, and I just do it.
There you go. I'm pediatric focused now, but I'm considering all areas for this. Anyone doing pediatric telehealth PT? So again, you will see. All right. So we have TMR TOTS. All right. So guess what? Our seminars are streamed live online. Streamed at the same time that she's doing it live. You'll see that what we're doing with TMR, it can be done with little kids too. So there's no reason why not. And your patients' parents, if you're doing pediatrics, would probably love this. And a lot of times you guys are only seeing those kids once a week, so would love the platform even more. So, are your TMR pictures for HEP on any of these programs? Yes, and again, this is the second half. So at 12 o'clock around there, probably before that, we'll talk about the second half, which is the TMR part. Do you have to bill in group settings? I hope not, and no. Are the templates customizable on Hino? Is it PT based or universal? Dean, again, is templates customizable, Dean, on Hino?
I believe they are. Honestly, I have treated one person in my in-network clinic since we changed to Hino, but all the other staff love it. The customizable is all in Jane, though. Jane is totally customizable, and they have hundreds of different templates to choose from real elaborate to SOAP. So
again, and sorry, he's coming across probably slow, at least on my computer, just because I've got so much stuff on. Good, is it okay? Hino is PT based. It's healthcare based. By P and for PT's team on templates, all customizable for Jane, yes. And they have literally hundreds to choose from. Time for evals and follow-up. I know we can fix them quickly. Stephen, how do you let people know about your business?
Mine is all word of mouth and through my website. I really don't do any advertising.
There you go. So again, you said time. Is it for evals and follow-up? Beth, I'm not really quite understanding your question on that. Dean says, I offer a free 30-minute consult online to get to know him, build trust with person, and make sure we are a good fit.
Can I talk?
Yeah, please.
Okay. What I was asking for an evaluation, because it's online, can it be 30 minutes? Can it be 15? Because I know what we're doing TMR everything, and I know we can fix people quicker and faster and better. Same thing on the follow-ups.
Sure, absolutely.
So my question is, do we have to do like 15-minute? Well, never mind. I answered that already.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so there's people on here that are exclusively using TMR or pretty close to it or somewhat. So they can talk to you once we get to the TMR stuff. Dean says he's charging $70 per 30 minutes. And I was a little late getting started. I caught the tail end of the part about what states you can do this. Can someone direct me to a resource about providing this type of service? I'm based in Texas. Again, you'll get this entire presentation emailed to you, a link to it, so you can keep looking that up. Are there any more questions? Again, I love people actually getting on and actually talking rather than just typing. Any other questions as far as what you just learned there? I haven't even gone to the marketing part yet. But so rather than going out, and I will tell you, rather than going out and looking at all this stuff and spending hours, which you can do, I've done that for you. All right. So I'd pick one, maybe two of those things to take a look at and then go from there, which I'm going to summarize in a bit. But somebody started to ask something. Go ahead. No? All right. Okay. Let me just we're going to then convert over here to the marketing part of it, which, like Beth asked, how do you get people to there, right? So let me put down my share screen here. And so again, if you're joining us late, I see there's 51 people online. Just, like I said, feel free to interrupt me at any time. You can throw something down in the chat. We'll get to it later. All right, so what's needed for marketing? So you're going to need an email service to send out your emails, right? You're going to need what's called a landing page service. And again, these three do it. Oop, I need to link these. Actually, they're all there. You can get them from it. These three do it, and I'll show you them and how simple it is. I don't want you to think that this is complex in any way, shape, or form. I don't think initially you have to learn how to write copy, which is learning how to do it. You can actually pull up a lot of people's pages and, if you will, mimic those. You're going to need, for the webinars you teach, if you're going to do it online, you're going to need Zoom, which is what I use here. Guys, this is sick. This is $15 a month. And you can have 100 people on here with their cameras on. So right now we have 50 people. I'm one of them. So 50 people plus myself. So 51 people. And you can see all their videos. That's crazy. It is $15 a month. And then you're going to need, if you need it, a Facebook ad account. Right, but sorry, I don't want to do that. I guess I can't change it. There's another way that I say you need all this stuff to be online. You can do has been coined in breakthrough PT marketing, and I'll talk a little bit about them in a minute. Captured audience, like where you go to a place, sneaker place, it also does running, or you go down to the Y. Don't think you have to draw them all in through online. You can be a local person that then, once you've presented, then treat them online. So you can stay outside. It gets kind of boring sometimes being in my office all the time. It's nice to get out and about and do presentations and all. Right? So again, you don't have to write all this stuff down because I will send it to you at the end if you guys give me your emails. Don't do it yet. All right. And so let's take a look at that stuff. And I'm going to kind of flow through how I got you here so you can see, hey, this really wasn't that big of a deal. So you guys got here because of an email. And then on that email, you went to a landing page, which was a website. From that website, you registered for the seminar. Okay, then I gave you some follow-up emails, which had some content and some videos and some pretty cool stuff on it. That's it. All right, so let's take a look at that. So I don't want to show that whole thing. You guys don't need to see all of it. All right, so I sent you an email. All right, that email, shoot, my landing page, I don't think is on here. Nope, it isn't. So it went to a landing page. All right, now landing pages can look, you send somebody an email, or you do something on Facebook. All right, so let me just pull down here. Let me just pull you one up that was in so he's got a couple of them on here, but there's one that I really like. So he's got one here that's talking about a free workshop in Raleigh, release lower back pain. All right, and this is done by a company that I'll talk about in a bit. All right, now then it draws them to a landing page. That landing page can be like, there's the one that you guys came into, some simple work, and then it registers them. For our back pain workshops, we have one that looks like this, and it's created by Chad Madden. Big kudos to him. I'm going to say Chad Madden has a company called Breakthrough PT Marketing for physical therapists, and it's no nonsense strategies, and they do all the marketing for you. All right, so they put it up on the web pages. They put all that stuff up on web pages, so they do this stuff for you. Okay, so again, all right. So the very first thing, though, what you need to have is somehow to send out those emails. So what we do is, what's really cool is there's a company called MailChimp.com. And it's free. You can have 2,000 members, clients, and you can send 12,000 emails a month. That's 6 emails a month if you have 2,000. So that's pretty cool. What's really neat about this is they just put something new on that they have their own landing page builder. So you don't even have to be charged for your landing pages, and you can put a landing page on and get their email. Okay, so that's pretty cool. I know for some of you guys this is overwhelming perhaps, but again, it's just step by step, and I've got this laid out for you that, hey, step by step, boom, there we go. We're going to set up a MailChimp account. We can use them for our very first. I'm not going to pay any more money, and I'm going to set up a landing page. We don't have to have any of these extra tools to be really.
Tom?
Yes?
Hi. The screen isn't broadcasting what you're talking about.
It's not. Do you see a big enticing headline goes here right now?
Yeah, it actually is.
This, Yes?
Mine is.
Yes.
What do you have, Rudy?
Yeah, I see it.
I've just got you starting screen sharing and double click to enter screen mode.
Anybody else have that?
No.
No.
Yep, sorry, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, just refresh maybe.
Okay, thanks.
That's weird. Or you might have to come in and come back out, Rudy.
Okay, thanks.
I know you're out in the boonies, maybe, or something's going on.
Right. Okay.
All right. So there you have it. So you have to have somebody deliver the email or be on Facebook, right? And then you deliver it through like a MailChimp. Right now, most of my stuff is done through Constant Contact, which is a very easy system. I come in here. Again, I'm not recommending this one to start with. I come in and I create a template. Very simple. They give me a couple of templates to choose from. And I can choose a couple of templates and just start filling it in my information. When you do this, what you really want to do is you don't want to say when it's cold traffic. Cold traffic means people who don't know you. You just write something very quickly. All right? You say what's going on. You make it a little enticing, a little mystery. You don't give them everything there is. And there's a way to write this stuff. All right? And then the same thing with a Facebook. I know this is a cartoon. This is pretty elaborate. But it can just be a picture here talking about the webinar. All right? And people will click on it, which will then take them straight to this. Okay? Fair enough. So just know that that's there. All right, now there's other landing page creators, which is just a website. This is ClickFunnels. It charges, again, what's great is MailChimp is free. The landing page part, I believe, is free. But if you want to increase to something a little bit more powerful, it's ClickFunnels. This is what I use. And then there's something that's $100 a month. And then there's lead pages, which is about $50 a month. It's all there. Takes you through nicely, okay? And then if you do Facebook, you got to have an ad account, right? So what I want to show you though now. So really what you have, an email or Facebook gets sent to a landing page. That landing page gets them to register, and from that registration, they get another email that says, hey, reminder, here's when it is. It gives them the login information for Zoom, which is what you guys got, all right? And then they come on at the time they're supposed to. And as you guys got a couple reminders, you give them reminders. I think you guys got a text also. Those are text reminders. I might have forgotten. I did. Okay, a couple people shaking their heads. I got text reminders too. Cool. Not all systems do text reminders. That's why I decided to go a little bit more expensive. Right. And so let me share my other side of my screen. So there, an email or a Facebook to a landing page, another sample landing page that you guys landed on. If you want to warm up your list to know, a lot of times you're afraid, I don't want to send out a list, email to people. You get worried that you're going to spam them and they're not going to like you. And there's a lot of stuff that goes into it from your own mindset belief. But one of the quick things, I'm doing a little research about using telehealth in our practice. If given the option when in pain to have treatment online instead of coming into the clinic, would that be of interest to you? On a scale of 1 to 5, how likely would you be to do this? Why did you give that score? Just hit reply and let me know your answers. You rock. Thanks for doing this for me. Expect the best, Tom. Nice, simple, easy. Lets you know if you do have a brick and mortar, if you do have patients, right? Just to get a feel of it. Oops. Okay, so here's the costs of this, because maybe all that seemed overwhelming, but video platform, let's just say in a HIPAA compliant one, you choose the $35 a month, which was the doxy.me, which Dean and I got on. You did the scheduler, which was Jane. Again, let's say you're doing cash-based, you're a massage therapist, you're a PTA, you're going to do this all, or PT, you're going to do this all cash-based, $50. Let's say you don't have a computer with a webcam, let's say $400. And look, I literally, this is a link to a thing on Amazon. Well, here, I'll go to it. Look, takes us to Amazon, $400. Right? A headset, you noticed, I think Dean had a headset on, so maybe I don't have a headset on. It seems to work pretty well in my quiet room, $43. Zoom, if you're doing webinars, $15 a month. MailChimp is free. If you need a EMR billing, Cario $75. WebPT for one is like $59, maybe it's more, I don't know. All right. So the initial outlay is $580 to $714. The monthly outlay is $100 to $184. It's pretty good if you're doing something online to get started with that little bit of money. You can take all the money that you've would have done with a brick and mortar, right? $2,000 a month, $1,000 a month, and now put it towards marketing. Let's see what's next here. I'll talk about that stuff here in a second. Yes, you get all, somebody's asked. All right, so let's go back now. I'm going to go back to the big screen. It says, okay, is being HIPAA compliant required since it is online, even for out-of-network cash providers? That's the toss. So that's the discussion. Like Steven said, you know, I'm doing this cash-based. HIPAA doesn't count in things like that. So depends on, you're going to have to look some of that stuff up. Maybe gray area. I'm not giving advice on that. So Peter, that is debatable, as you are still dealing with patients' private health info. Some say yes, others say no. So again, so Dean has been on these groups, especially on Facebook. It's debatable whether, hey, you know, are you dealing with patients' private health info? Some say yes, and others say no. And Sam says that if you guys are anxious about creating landing pages, I'll share some things that will help you do if need be. Some of this year, there's three ways in which you can go about using this information. You can do it on your own, you can do it with our help, or you can have it completely be done for you. So Rudy says, Rudy, if you look up rudyhunter.com, he's an amazing clinician, does some cool stuff. And he says, I use free events by audio often to build my list, and I invite folks to upcoming paid events. Done it for years, and it's very helpful. So again, I use free events by audio. Go to his website, you'll see his audio stuff, often to build my list. And I invite folks to upcoming paid events. Done it for years, and it's very helpful. Stephen, this is questions for you. Is there any way you would talk sometime regarding your practice? So again, he's also going to hopefully be online, but somebody, Ron too, would like to know about your practice. So Stephen and I have already talked. As I said, people are going to want to know what you're doing and how you're doing it, okay?
Sure, absolutely.
We'll have something on about that. Peter then asks, are out-of-network cash patients asking for super bills? Stephen, Dean, you want to answer any of that?
Happy to provide. I'll print one. I'll email one directly to them with the codes, et cetera, and they can submit on their own.
Cool. Beth asked, do we get all these helpful hints to get patient PT? How many for your help? Yeah, yes, you do. Good. Any other questions before I get into, we're right about where I said, 12 o'clock. We're going to go into the TMR part of this. All right, but I want to get you guys thinking in the terms of not just online, but most of us, I think, get to a point, and we get a point that, or maybe we start out this way, mentally thinking, but we all say that, hey, and you hear it, or at least I do because I read a lot of business stuff, is that your challenge is to begin to do less to make more money, which requires more focus on one thing, right? Being incredibly good at that one thing, and hopefully making it such your one thing that you're charging for it appropriately, and you're working less to do it. So what I'm about to share with you is how few of people you actually need to make money, all right? And how you can do it in a way that hopefully fits you, okay? Some of you are going to be comfortable with doing you say, hey, I'm a brick and mortar. I want to do it in the healthcare setting. I want to still bill patients with their insurance. In other words, you can say, heck no, I want to get into cash-based. So there's means to do it in any way. I want to give you right now this video, which many of you probably have watched from the things that the follow-up emails. But if you didn't, I would like to have everybody listening to this because it's only like 3.5 minutes. And then that's a nice way for me to lead into, let's start doing TMR. It gets you thinking in the way of a business mind, and it also gets you thinking in how I'm going to relate the TMR to helping your clients, but then also setting up kind of a subscription plan, packages, if you will, but a year-long thing so you can keep your patients connected to you. So with that said, let's go listen to what's called 1,000 True Fans. Okay.
This video is a summary of an article written by Kevin Kelly titled 1,000 True Fans. This is for all the bloggers, authors, musicians, artists, podcasters, YouTubers, actors, or anyone who creates anything. You've been lied to. You don't have to become famous to make a great living as a creator. You don't need 1 million fans, and you don't need to be known around the world. All you need is 1,000 true fans. And honestly, you don't even need 1,000. A true fan is not just someone who follows you on Twitter. It's not someone who bought a product from you one time. There's a difference between a fan and a true fan. A true fan buys everything you ever made. A true fan would travel to your live event, buy your book, buy your album, sign up for your course, subscribe and follow you on every channel, and share your work with everyone they know. A true fan is dedicated to your purpose and your message. Can you make a living with just 1,000 true fans? If you only had 1,000 true fans and you found a way to collect $100 in profit per year from each person, which is not that hard to do with real true fans, you would make $100,000 per year. For most people, making $100,000 a year while doing what you love is a great life. But it's not about having exactly 1,000 true fans or making exactly $100,000 a year. It's about proving that you can make a living doing what you love, and you don't have to be famous to do it. If you only had 500 true fans and could make $200 per year from each person, you would still have $100,000 a year. And at $200 per person, even just 350 true fans would still bring you $70,000 a year. That's still a great living if you ask me. I'm not trying to tell you how much money to earn. If you want to make $1 million a year, you can still do it with 1,000 true fans by making $1,000 from each person. Think about this. If you're working a job that you don't like for $30,000 a year, all you need is 300 true fans who will pay you $100 per year to replace your shitty job.
Mm-hmm.
What if you held an event where you made $100 per person and all 300 of your true fans attended? You would have made $30,000 in a matter of days. Trying to be in the top 1% and become famous and be the top of your field can be exciting for some people, but for others, this goal is so frightening that some people avoid the path altogether. The article 1,000 True Fans was written by Kevin Kelly to express that there's a less frightening, more logical approach to success. You don't need to be famous to be successful. You don't need to appeal to the masses. You just need a small crowd of real, true fans.
Cool. All right, and then some people said on here is that those who are using TMR I have many true fans and stuff like Beth's on here, true fan. Galaxy Note 5, whatever that is, said true fan at times, Rudy Hunter. So I'm building my 1,000 true fans, all right, as I go about doing what I do. Steven's obviously doing that. You believe it or not, you all have true fans. And the more you realize this and you start capturing those people, all right, that's when the power starts happening. We haven't thought like business people, or we're beginning to. There's a lot of exciting stuff coming up. And maybe I should start with my books that I recommend. I even have books to recommend at the very end of this. So I'm on slide 26. Let me go down to my books. We can go back to books here for a second. Now, so I've got them, know that they're there. I'm about ready to take this off for a second, but I want you to know that they're there. So these are 5 of the books that I recommend to get you thinking more like using less, right? And so the first one I talk about is Expert Secrets, which is done by a guy online that, again, it just really gets you understanding. Get one thing you understand well, do it. Do a workshop on it, a webinar on it. Know how to drive people to it, and you can make $100,000, $1 million. There's people making $1 million doing a single webinar and workshop. You guys have that skill set to do it. There's another book called Oversubscribed. It talks to you about you have in your presence, if you've been treating people, true fans already. Right? You've got fans. You've got, many of you have an email list that you do nothing with. You've got a list or a mailing list of patients. That is your biggest asset. Imagine if you were like Amazon and you had Prime members, right? So you're doing Prime now for $100 a year. What if right now every one of your patients, let's say 30% of your patients were paying you $100 still a year for all the years that you've been with them? What would that equate to? You have 1,000 patients that are paying you at $100 a year. You're making $100,000 before you ever treat a single patient, right? That's important. This shows you ways in which to think about things differently. In other words, putting packages together, making it so that you only say, I'm only going to do 125 people this way. That's it. And you get scarcity going on. There's another book that I love was called The One Thing, right? The surprising, simple truth behind extraordinary results. Again, focusing on one thing, right? And our one thing is, our pain relief. There's a book. Sorry, I lost the cover to it. It's called it's called Tribes, right? He talks about the 1,000 people that you need, and he gets you thinking in the business mindset of it. And the one thing that you're going to get with TMR is what I call essentialism, the disciplined pursuit of less. And you're going to notice that we're going to use 6 exercises. I don't care what the condition comes in, and we're going to make these people better, and you're going to make changes right away. And you're going to be able to use that one thing, TMR, again, to go out and market. You're going to be able to do it for your workshops. You're going to be able to do it for your treatments. The patients are going to be able to take it home and do it for their treatments. It's all validated across the board as you go through and do this. Right? And so I do want to get to that. I think what I'd like to do, though, is I'd like to share with the pack, like everything first and then get to that part last. And so why don't I go back and share with you what I have in store, and we can come back and talk about this later, too. Uh, 26 hours on. So there's 1,000 true fans. And then this is the biggest thing that I hear from therapists, especially if you're very manually based. But how do I get great results online like you get in person? And, you got Steven doing it, all right? I'm going to show you a way that's pretty powerful, pretty quick, pretty instantaneous, and it gets to immediate buy-in. And it's just something you're doing right now half of the picture. You just don't realize there's the other half of the picture. So we're going to get into total motion release. And, all right, and then we're going to get into a TMR demo. All right, I'm going to show you TMR seminars. Like I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you our online platform, and then I'm going to show you our TMR advanced membership, which I'm creating a way to keep my people connected, and I charge them $100 a year. So I'm giving you the DNA of what I do so that you can take the DNA and clone it and do the exact same thing you do. Because what I want to show you is you got on this webinar exact same way that I want you to get on the webinar, and then I want to take some of you to become my clients, right? And then you take the same exact process with your clients. And I think that's so vital and important. So just give you an idea. So we've got the TMR telehealth way. All right, so I should build value in this and stuff first, but I just want to, and I'll show you these pages here in a minute. But we have a seminar package that gives you all 3 seminars for $9.95. That hasn't increased in 11 years, but 12 years, and it's going to increase in March 1st for $12.50. Level 1, 2, and 3, I'll share with you later. All right. We then need you to set up a telehealth platform. We need you to begin using TMR with patients online. You can test different treatment and payment options, fee for service, subscription, monthly, yearly, a hybrid of all of these. You can do part in clinic and part online. We're actually going to allow you to sell the TMR platform as an educational platform that they can be doing while they're not with you, and they also be doing while they're with you. That makes no sense to you guys yet because you don't know what the platform is, but you will see it. I'm currently doing the first 50 beta clinicians at $250 a month, which will take you through and show you all this stuff. You still got to do the 9 to 5. You got to build it in. But what you're going to have is you're going to have access to this platform, which is upwards to $600 for your clients that you're going to sell and get all the proceeds for. So you sell one of them and you've made your money. Okay, and that's where the 250 is. The training on the telehealth platform. It's the allowing you to use the platform and selling it. All right, and then after that, again, this is the little thing of I tell you about scarcity. I only want 300 people. So you may want 125. Right now, how many true fans do I want? 300. All right. I'm going to set up the next 50 at 325, the next 200, 400. But remember, with one sale a month, you'll have paid for that, and you're going to have an exclusive territory. But let me share with you one sample of the TMR way with somebody all online. This is what I consider like the $100,000 a year clinician that's doing it all online. So you're going to learn to drive traffic to a webinar, and you're going to hold a webinar. You're going to perform TMR. You're going to ask them if they want help. Like I'm going to ask you guys that, so I'm setting it up. You're going to bring them in on a one-on-one session for first session. If you're a clinic, maybe you'll bring them in. Maybe you'll do it online. You may sell packages, one-on-one video session. Maybe it'll be $200 there. I think Steven said his was $150. Maybe you'll do packages, 5 sessions for X amount, 10 sessions for X amount. What I recommend is you sell a year-long membership. I want to keep these people connected. There's a guy by the name of Ron Miller that is selling it based on complexity. The more complex, the more money it is. I like doing it for a year long. I like $1,000 because I like to think along. If I have 125 people at $1,000 each, that's $125,000. I'll take $25,000 and market with, and I'll have $100,000 left over for me. I have no other overhead except for that, $100 and some odd a month. And then obviously, if you're doing this, $250. But within this one, if you were to do this and you were to get the $250 a month membership, it's going to include the online platform. It'll include the ability for what you should set up is you guys right now are thinking, I need to work maybe most of you at 40 hours a week. And I'm saying, well, guess what? If you learn how that you can do this TMR with 10 people at once, why not just have 10 sessions during the week? 10 people in each one, that's 100, right? You can have more. You can have, again, with Zoom, you can have 100 people at a time in 10 sessions. There's your 100 people, right? Got it? And they can come in maybe on Mondays you have 2 or 3 slots open, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you take Fridays off. You tell them you only have 125 spots available, and you ask them if they want their membership to renew each year and be one of your 125 members. Maybe they do, and they do it at 1,000. Maybe they do it more or less. And then maybe they'll say no, and there's something you can do to capture them that you maybe still talk to them and you do one training a month at $100 a year. Hope this is getting your wheels spinning. Here's a sample of a hybrid brick and mortar clinic. Hold a webinar, perform TMR, ask them who wants help, bring in a one-on-one session. Ask them if they prefer to do their treatment in clinic, online, or a combination of both. If insurance allows, you can bill as a regular session or use packages from other sample page, from the other thing I did above. Okay? So here's your checklist for starting telehealth. Pick a video platform. That's the Doxy.me. Pick a scheduler. That's Jane, the Jane app. And I'll put these on here. Pick an email service, MailChimp. Pick a landing page service. Make it still be MailChimp. Send out an email or use Facebook to do it. Send them to the landing page to register for the webinar. Have the webinar. Demo TMR, which I'm about ready to show you. Ask them if they need help. I'm going to ask you guys, do you need help? You want help or you want to do it yourself? Cool. I'll show you how to do it yourself. I just am showing you how to do it yourself right this very second. You're going to show them how to treat themselves in the webinar. They can take that information and go at it and do the little things, or they can ask for help. Have a one-on-one session with them. Sell them a package. Whether that's a package of insurance or not, all right, or cash. Keep them connected forever with a yearly subscription of some sort. If you look at those 9 things, that, I believe, is the future of you guys who want to treat pain online. It's also the future of you guys who own a brick and mortar to bring in a substantial amount. There is a, let me see where that can go to. I think Physio has a calculator. Let me see if I can find it. Somebody had a calculator of just how much, if you taught 20% of your patients online, how much would you make more? Yeah, sorry, I can't find it. So anyways, interesting ideas. So there's what's coming, guys. I'm going to show you it, but at the end, I'm basically going to ask you, hey, if you want to be part of this, you want the TMR. So I'm leading you guys up ahead, let you know that I'm going to basically hold a webinar right now, just like as you would. All right. And then if you say, boy, I want that platform, cool, this is really cool, awesome. I'd like to help you. See, I'm telling you it's something that you want. Okay. Same thing with your patients. You need to sell them with something they want. If you come to if you see an email, let me, and this is the same exact thing that you need to say to your patients. If they saw an ad, you guys saw an ad, you saw something. You come to the webinar, you spend the time to be at the webinar. Don't I pretty much have a pretty darn warm and hot prospect saying, I want to do this? Maybe you don't want to do it right this very second, right? But you are interested. If a patient comes to your back pain workshop, do you think they have back pain? Do you think they're ready to have treatment? Now, I'm going to show them how to get rid of some right now. I showed you guys how to do telehealth, and I showed you right now how you can begin. We didn't set up, I need to have one where we literally just, okay, let's set it up. Okay, that's even more better, all right? So then, from there, you then treat them, they get better. You say to them, before they come in, how bad, like you sit them in the chairs, and you get, if your pain's really nasty, sit over here. So you have the red zone, okay? You have the orange zone, right? They're not too bad, right? They're still pretty medium. They're still pretty bothered by it. And then you have the people just on occasion. So you know where your room sets up, okay? And you can do the same thing within Zoom. I can make you guys raise your hand who you are. There's actually even ways to have you guys have breakout in different sessions. And I know who you are, right? Now, I am then delivering the total motion release to you. And then I say at the end, I've got 10 spots available this week or next week, whatever you say. Okay, so before that, I might say, how many of you want to live with your pain? Nobody will say. They'll say no. Okay, great. How many of you could get something done to it, would want to get something done to it? Good. All right, great. I've got 10 spots available. Who wants to be the first ones available to do it? And hopefully they'll come up. At which time, even if you're online, you're having them put in the chat box, and they're chatting and say, yes, I'm interested. So looking at you guys right now, who's interested in learning the telehealth platform, to learning the TMR platform, being part of that routine, I'm going to ask you, hey, put that in the chat box. Fair enough? When you then screen them one-on-one, it's the same conversation that I'm going to have with you here. It's just on a different topic. You're going to take them through their motions and show them they got a lot of crap going on. Or, hey, here's the value that you can provide for it. Here's what, you've got a lot of work to do. Just like you. Hey, you guys got work to do to set this up. All right? And then you're going to make a decision. Pretty easy. Okay? Cool. And now with that said, if you're wanting to have help, this is before I do it, just put up, say I'm interested, and put your email down. Put your phone number down. Actually, I prefer your your cell phone so I can text you. All right? Cool. You don't know what TMR is yet, many of you. So let's go and do this. I'm going to do 3 motions on you. You're going to do them on yourself. I'm going to teach you 3 motions. We're going to have all you guys, we have 43 people left on here right now, 42, that means, because I'm one of those 43. We're going to have you guys see how problematic you guys are, and then we're going to go treat it. Right? You guys are going to see changes, and you're going to say, damn, these things are changing quickly. Look at what the work that I can do online. I'm going to show you up to this point why your therapy right now has not included this. All right? I'm going to give you how you've been blinded in some ways. I'm going to give you how it works, and blah, blah, we'll go from there. Now, see, people are already saying I'm interested. Before I do that, let me share one more screen. All of you should have gotten in follow-up emails. If you don't see it, go back and look for it in your spam box. All right? If you still don't have it, email me and I'll get it to you. But this was sent to you. It's got the 1,000 true fans. It's got some testimonials from business owners and clinicians. Now it says go to video 2, which is this one here. This is the conversation that Dean had with Cash-Based Practice Forum, 101 Forum on Facebook. Dean's telling you how he's using it. You then see him using TMR and fixing a patient, him fixing another patient using TMR, and then Bill Jones, who works with Beth, who's on here, is fixing a patient using TMR. Here's the link to become a member with Cash-Based PT on Facebook. And then you go to another video, which just blows my mind every time I watch it. It's called The Backward Bicycle. It gets you thinking in the opposite modes. And then here, the opposite for the tissue of your body. All right, I show you how you haven't been thinking the opposite. If I teach you to think the opposite of what you currently treat like, which you're going to experience, you will begin to have more capabilities with your patients. I don't care if you've been out 1 year or 50, I've had 57 years is the longest. Someone who's 87 years old and still was taking TMR. And I'm talking a therapist, not a patient. All right, then the opposite body, and then how long does it last? Some of this stuff I'm going to talk about as we go through, but know that it's there for you. On our website, totalmotionrelease.com, there are 4 videos showing you improvements. Then you can get even more by just putting in your email. There's 15 of them. And then there's another one that takes you to the YouTube channel, and there's 100 of them. We don't just go and do before and after. We show you what we do on. On the blog, we show you a ton more. We got research guides being done on TMR, directly on TMR, and then research on the concept, not of TMR, but there's a concept to this, and it dates back to 1892. And then if you want to take a seminar, again, you got to purchase that. And it tells you in our seminars, are live online, and you get live credit as if you were sitting in front of me. I've got one every month. I got 3 a year for TMR level 1 and 2. You get to take every seminar twice, no extra charge. So first time through, you can do it in 3 months, and then 6 years later, come back and do it. I don't really care. But take it to learn it, and then take it to get CEU credits, or vice versa. There's a ton of stuff that's included in it. I'm not going to go over the platform. This is the platform, guys. This is the thing that you'll use on your patients. They will learn how to educate themselves when you sell your cash practices. This is the exact platform that I'm going to educate you on. Check this out. Isn't that really cool? I'm teaching you how to treat yourself, how to do this entire process. I'm going to teach you the process that you're going to use to treat yourself. You're going to use that process to treat patients. And guess what? It can all be done right here. You don't need to recreate the wheel. Everything they need to do is sitting here. And then you can have classes and sessions asking them, you know, hey, here's what we're going to do. What kind of questions you have, blah, 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 blah. Again, I could go on, and I need to go on and on about it, but I'm not going to this session. Because as you learn this, you'll be like, holy cow, this is huge. And you'll most likely want to be part of something like this. Okay? Yes, there are TMR TOTS courses as well. Now, the other thing that I have is I have a TMR advanced training, because TMR is a language. TMR, once you learn it, the language you're speaking right now as a clinician is only 50% of what exists. So guess what? You're not fluent yet. I will show where you're not fluent, and I need you to stay fluent. I need you to stay up to date. So I started a membership thing, just like Amazon. It's $100 a year, and I show you treatments new for this month. I treated a guy, he's the guy that was on Runner's World. He was 430 pounds. He's 190 pounds. He runs ultramarathons. He's been on Good Morning America. He's been on the Today Show just recently. Then we've got the latest and greatest forms we use. Here's some theories of why it works, more theories of why it works, how to implement it, form help, treatment tips, frequently asked questions, how others are using it. I need to put how to market it, what a workshop looks like. So what I'm about ready to do with you, we've even got it more enhanced and talked to. Treatment sessions I've done on people. Web classes, every web class I have, you get to take for free. If there's continuing ed, you still get it. Bill Jones did a ton of videos to show people how he's doing it quicker, maybe. And then patient results videos, other results videos. So again, that's what I give to my patients, my clinicians, so that they can continue to stay connected and continue to learn the language of what I'm doing. All right, and I've got 5 more to put on for this month. Cool? All right. Somebody says, I'm interested in the TMR package, just making sure it's approved for CEUs in Texas. Yes, we are approved for PTs, PTAs, OTs, OTAs, massage therapists, athletic trainers, all approved in every state, every association. Okay? Sam, if I'm lying about that, if there's 1 or 2, you can let us know, but otherwise. Are there TMR TOTS courses? Yes. If you guys are thinking TMR TOTS, oh my God, you got to see this right now. TMR TOTS is insane. TMR TOTS, what they're doing with kids is just dumbfounded. This is a child that's got cerebral palsy. You guys thinking, oh, sorry, I got to share my screen. Oh, I was sharing my screen. Let me share my screen again. Cerebral palsy. This is a cerebral palsy kid. Cerebral palsy. This is the way, cerebral palsy, this is the way they typically are in. Severe. This is 40, one treatment session is what they would like. This is torticollis. This is level 5 torticollis, severe. Not just torque in the neck, but in the pelvis and the spine. 1 visit. Then this is what the parents did at home. Brought them back pretty damn equal because we taught them what to do. And this is what happened after the 2nd visit. This is a little child, cerebral palsy. And he was being fitted for a wheelchair. So I'm going to give him what he looks like. This is what he looks like. And then here he is walking. Fascinating stuff. Works on stroke patients, works from geriatrics to pediatrics, any condition you've got going on. I know that sounds like a bunch of BS, but we'll share with you why that is. Awesome. Okay, good. I was quick, met much of that stuff as far as the, my platform needs to be explained a lot. That's what the conversation is. If you're interested, that's the conversation. Our conversation is not going to be one where I'm selling, pushing you. I'm actually going to show you what you have opportunity to have. All right. That's what it means when I say to you, if you're interested, let me know in the chat box and put it down, and we'll have another conversation, which I'll go over the platform, and you can really see what it is you have the opportunity to do. However, when you buy, and again, you'll say, hey, I love it. I'm not ready for the telehealth part, the $250 a month, but I want to take the seminar. Cool. All right. Or, hey, I'm not even ready for the seminar yet. All right. But again, I want to be able to connect with you just like you want to be able to connect with your patients. All right. Cool. Let's start healing you. You guys ready? All right. Well, actually, I need to ask. So I've been talking about questions. So a lot of people right now are putting down, yes, I'm interested. It's awesome. But questions? All right, so cool. Got a lot of interest. So I'm going to ask you guys to, oh yeah, and Beth says, and Beth, you can get on. She's using this in the pool, so if you're doing aquatics. All right, so will you get online if you have a question right now? Just unmute yourself, the bottom left, and big package, and then I'm going to spend as much as time, usually it's 45 minutes, but I'll spend up to an hour, hour and a half if you guys want to, and I'm going to treat. So if you got time to spend with me, we're going to rock and roll here. I'm going to do one in the next 15 or 20 minutes. And if you want to leave after that, that's fine. Okay. And, but we're going to actually do it live here. This is who I am. This is my love. This is my passion. The telehealth is kind of cool because I want to lead you guys up to it, but that's not my passion. This is, all right. People know, Beth knows me, Dean knows me, Rudy knows me, Malcolm knows me. This is what I do. This is what I love to do. This is what I want to be able to give to people around the world, not just clinicians, but people. But you're going to help do that. You can do webinars right after this one, really, with these 3 exercises, and you will be able to draw people into your clinic quickly. Good. Any questions? I'm just filling airtime. I just want to at least give you guys 3 or 4 minutes. Just get on and interrupt me. Anything at all. Dean, Beth, Rudy, anybody want to share anything? Please do.
Hey, Tom, when you say a webinar, that's live. Is that also considered hands-on as far as the CEU?
Are you a massage therapist?
Yes.
Yeah, so we got it approved for you. It's live, all right? It's approved for you because you're going to be treating yourself. Now, you're going to it's live. Okay, I also use something called a Voxer app. It's a walkie-talkie. So we're live here. You're going to be working on the platform. You're going to be sending something to me, a form, every single grade or every single lesson. You're going to be sending it on Voxer if you're a smartphone. You can text it to me or email it to me. I will be communicating to you constantly, and we can get back online if you're needed. But we have a couple sessions during Saturday and one on Sunday, and then that's how we got it to be approved for live credit on all PT, PTAs, OT, OTA.
Yeah, in the state of Georgia, they require hands-on. Again, is this considered hands-on?
I would have to. Sam's my guy that does all that stuff, and so if you want to, put down something, a question on the chat, and we can either get Sam on that and see about your rules. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'd like to say something.
Yeah, go for it, Beth.
I did this course about 7 years ago, and my clinic, all we do is total motion, TMR, total motion release, and it's been unbelievable. I looked on on the chat and somebody asked if we need equipment. No, you don't need anything. And the courses are easy. You can change somebody within seconds. I'll mark it that we can change people's pain, change their pain and range of motion within 45 seconds. I do cold calls to doctors I haven't seen, go back and follow up with places that we do get referrals from, and we're changing, because most of these doctors or providers have minimum time and all that we can talk to them, and changing their believers. And even I went out this past Tuesday and talked to Houston Foundation, got invited to go. My brother is an orthopedic sales rep, and he was sponsoring their talk with the fellows. He went in there, cold calls, went up to to a doctor, and I said, most of this talk that I heard tonight was post-op surgeries on knee pains and how everybody had pain. I said, I guarantee that we can change your patient's pain within seconds, the first visit. And if we don't change their pain, they don't have to come back. And my goal is to get rid of my patients, not to keep them. Boy, he grabbed my card. They had their own therapy group there, and he was very interested. And I even went to the grocery store the other day, and this little girl was hobbling out. I changed her in the parking lot. I mean, unbelievable stuff.
Cool. And yeah, if you happen to be going to open up a clinic, I can save you a ton of money, because all you need is a chair. In fact, her partner, her employee, Bill Jones, who's run a place at the Atlanta Falcons, bought a PT clinic. He says he wants to open up a PT clinic called like The Chair Physical Therapy, because that's all you need. This is used in, I'm flying down to Florida to introduce this to a military hospital. Sorry guys, I had something in my eye this morning, so I'm blinking a lot and rubbing it, and you can tell it's dropped. But this is being done in the field out in the military. So cool stuff's happening with it. But again, anybody else want to ask anything? I know there's stuff. Mike, I think it was Mike. He's answering you about Georgia on the chat.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, let's get to it. I'm going to make us be all a gallery view, so you've got to be online, guys, now. If you don't have, so everybody left, you got to be on webcam, because we're about ready to present, right? And it's fine if you want to go and your day's good, that's fine. But right now we're going to have a session. So Gil, I know you had your webcam. Get back online. Malcolm, God, it's exciting to see some of you guys. It's been a long time. I suggest right now, if you've been having this on speaker view, change it to gallery view so you can see everybody. I need to either have you on, or I'm going to tell Sam, well, actually, all right, so we got enough right now. Okay, I'm not going to pay attention to that right now. So how many of you have no TMR and done it? Okay, so a lot of you. Who is not? Raise your hand if you have not. Okay, cool. This would be really fun. Raise your hand again, because again, I had to switch screens to see. Okay, cool. All right, awesome. Awesome. All right, so what we're going to do is I want to know how many of you have had back pain in the last 2 weeks. All right. So watch the way everything I'm doing for a purpose. All right. That was done because what I noticed used to be is we just jump right into it, and people were saying, well, they're not really patients here. And so everything I've done is to get people active in thinking about it and realizing they are patients. All right. How many back pain? You guys raise your hands. And I want you guys to see it. That's what I want to do. How many of you have knee pain? And don't worry, you can have knee and back pain. Raise your hand. All right. How many of you have had hip or groin pain? Beth has got everything. How many of you had shoulder pain or shoulder restriction? Elbow, hand. What have I missed here? Ankle, foot, plantar fascia. Damn, some of you guys are messed up, right? So we got some messed up people here. Okay. Now, of all those ones, how many would you say, now this is, and keep your hand up on this. How many of you say, well, one of those things was pretty severe? Like on a scale, instead of 1 to 10, All right, we use 1 to 100. So I'll say low, medium, or high. And the low is a 10, 20, or 30. Medium is a 40, 50, or 60. And a high is a 70, 80, 90, or 100. Those people who said, yeah, I got stuff going on, how many of you raise your hand with high, like a 70, 80, 90? Okay, raise your hand. Keep it up because I got to switch between screens so I can see everybody. So we got 1 on this screen, 2, 3, and you guys can play around with the screen too. 3, nobody at 4 over here. Okay, how many of you those were mediums? 40, 50, or 60. So most of us are sitting here in the mediums. Okay, and how many of you were low? There, in one of those things. So we got patients here. So let's get treating. But before we treat, I'm very big on recording, right? So we have an amazing form, a form that needs to be used, and I'll actually present it so that it can be used in every setting of physical therapy or in every type of technique, because this form helps people use the scientific method exactly the way it should be. So we need to have something in the beginning that we're pre-testing. We need to have some issues that you guys want to have handled, and we need those issues to include motion. So what I'm going to tell you right now is you've got your neck, you've got your arms, your upper extremities, you got your trunk and lower extremities. Don't make it any more complex than that. I forgot to ask, they asked how many people have neck pain. Neck pain? And that's headaches and stuff. Okay, cool. All right, so what I want you to do is I want you to take the next 3 minutes, and the more you can find, the better. But what I'd like you to do is to compare them to themselves. Like say you go, oh, I got neck pain this way. I would like you to compare it to the other side, because I'm going to ask you how much harder is it than the easier side. So if you've got shoulder pain going like this, right? All right, just kind of look, because you don't necessarily need it both sides, but I want you to kind of see, wow, I really am restricted, right? But you could just say, I could say, I'm going to ask you, how hard is that, low, medium, or high? Right? So what I'm doing this for is because we're going to bring, I want to see all of you seeing some people that are messed up. I want you to see, however, through motion, which is objective, not subjective, right? So go find, take 3 minutes. You can do open chain, which is, through space, or closed chain, which pushes against something. You can do your legs kicking up or doing a squat. So try to find 3 things that they don't necessarily have to have pain. They can be different, left versus right, or you can find that they're restricted. Some of you are in yoga, so do it as I'm talking. I'm just keep on talking, so go do it. I should see you guys moving on camera now. I should see you standing up and trying to find things. So get going. Let's make this good, because then I'm going to tell you to record it. So think about it. See if neck has something. See if upper extremity, arms have something. See if trunk, see if legs. Maybe I can. I'm trying to create a chart really quick here so you can see what I've done. Okay, so what I want you to do is, and again, I'm just being very generic here, but it gets my point across, is on a sheet of paper, write down your motion. So your neck motion, what was it? Right rotation. And then what I want the pre-score here. Okay? And we're going to do, let's just say, when I move it to the right, To the left, it's a 40 or 30 or something. And then continue down. Continue to do that. We're going to treat. All right. So there's the initial. And you've got an arm raise, abducted, and maybe it's a 70. Oops. 70.
When you say 40 or 30, are you talking about the pain level?
Good. Okay, good question. So it's all included. It's all a package deal. So it's kind of like you're stepping on a scale and it spits out the 180 pounds or something like that, right? So it includes range of motion. It includes speed and quality of motion. And it includes sensation, which is tightness or restriction or stiffness. So right now, lump it all together, okay? And then put down the side too that is problematic to you. So you got arm raise left maybe to abduction. All right, and maybe trunk twist. Now you don't have to have all these. The more you have, right, and the more you change, oh my God, the more you'll be impressed by all this. All right, and then the trunk twist, let's just say to the right was a 30, and then legs, let's just say I didn't find anything, or they felt good. Leg raise, 0. Okay. Now, I got to put a big old, I am going to now, what we have to do here, because we are online, and for you all to see, is you have to put this down. And so you see my screen right now. Well, nobody is seeing you, right? Well, we're here together. Let's make us together here and stuff. So I'm going to put neck, right rotation, and I'm going to say a 40. Then I'm going to say arm raise. I'm putting it in the chat box. Abduction is a 70. And trunk twist, right, is a 30. And look what I just did. So I just, in the chat box, I told you guys what I have. So would everybody please put down what they have? So what you'll notice is I'm including you guys. So let's just say right now you have 20 people. Let's say you get an office. Let's say you get a company that you want to really show this stuff off to, right? Please note the way I'm doing this. Notice I'm not going to be stressed by me having 36 people online treating all at the same time, because I know I'm just doing the same thing. I'm going to do a twist with you guys, and we're going to see how it changes. So guys, if you can't put something down, I don't want you online. Got it? So I don't even care whether it's 10%. I'm going to tell Sam to kick anybody off that's not participating. So I should have 36 responses. So the reason is we want to see what people got, because I want to pick some people to show. Right shoulder of 50 on T. Mooney, right? Oh, wow, we got Linda is a hip abduction is a 70. T. Mooney, you said your low back is a 60. I don't accept low back. You got to give me a motion that makes it be worse. I don't want just sitting there. Sue Powers, you said a 59, but I have no clue what it's a 59 for. Oh my gosh, we got knee flexion of a 90 with Carol, hip flexion of 40. We got some people here. Linda is knee flexion 75, right side's a 95, so they're both sucky. I don't really want to, all right, so we'll talk about that in a minute. Half kneel, left is a 70, right is an 80, so she's messed up big time. And on both sides, so we'll have to talk about that in a bit. I'm not going to be able to do everything I would do during a seminar, but on these three, I'm going to get pretty serious. Ruan 2, right shoulder is a 40. I mean, we got some messed up people. This is great. Gil, left hip abduction is a 50. Deborah is a sit to stand on the right is a 90. Oh, that's good stuff we want to see. This is awesome. So you guys think we got enough patients here? Yeah. So, you know, I can't wait to share this. All right. So guys, the rest of you people, I need you online. I need Sharon because I need people. So, hey, Sam, I'm going to make you the co-host. Will you please get in the top right-hand corner? There's little 3 dots. Anybody who's not online, click on it and say ask to start video. So like Malcolm, I just asked you to start video. The Manzares family, I asked you to start video. I need you guys to start videos. I need you online, guys. I need you not here right now, okay? Because I'm going to be calling on people to show their presentation. And if you're not online, and oh, wait, hey, all right, so this is for those. Not that I won't get up with you and stuff here. I just need you to be on. Thanks. Give me a second. Hey, Grace, good to see you. Come on, Kathy, need you online. All right, I think I've hit just about everybody. All right, cool. All right, so let's get some people here. Woo! All right, what I want you to do is there's too many videos for me to figure out where to find you to unmute you. So bottom left is your unmute button. I'm going to call on some people. I would like you to show your issue going on. I recommend you guys, what I'd like you to do is get on and talk first because then you'll become the speaker and then you're going to show us your crap going on. Okay? So right now, everybody change to speaker view right now, top right-hand corner, and let's get some really messed up people. All right. So MDS, that's what your computer says. Left cervical side bend and rotation is a 70. Can you come online? Oh, there you go. Oh, say something. That way you'll become on here. MDS, 70 cervical rotation. Can you come online? Say something.
Yes, I'm here.
No, you're not. Can you turn your webcam on?
I don't have a webcam.
That's it.
Good deal. Heather, can you show? Now you guys realize why I need to have webcam people. Yeah, Heather, are you the shoulder abduction of an 80?
Yeah.
Talk for a second.
I can hear, can you hear me? I have a terrible voice this morning.
Go. Nope, go for it. Show it. Yeah, show it.
Is it working?
Yeah.
If I lift my shoulder, I can do this one, no problem. Can y'all see me?
Yeah, somebody else is making noise. Hold on. I'm going to get somebody else making noise off of here. Kathleen, stop. Hold on here.
Yes. I don't know what I'm doing.
Hey, I understand. I'm muting you. Heather.
Okay.
One more.
Okay. So you want me to show my shoulder? So this one's no problem. I can do anything with this shoulder, but if I bring this shoulder up here, I mean, I can't go any further.
Awesome.
And it really pinches. So that's why I said 90. I can't lift things with it now.
Awesome.
Passively, no problem, but actively, no, forget it.
No, you guys watch, see what happens with. Can you show us your trunk twist? Talk beforehand. Talk until you're on camera.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Me keep talking?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, I'm talking. I'm on camera. You trunk twist?
Mm-hmm. Put your hand in.
To the right, I can do no problem. But to the left, right here, it's like half of the range of motion. And I have a bad SI pinch.
Awesome. She's a 60, by the way, also. So Pamela, but you got neck left and right. I just want the regular. Okay. So Deborah is on an iPad. You got a sit to stand of a 90 and a shoulder flexion of, oh, this is my Deborah. Deborah. All right, Deborah, say something. Deborah. I wish I could just, Deborah. Deborah, unmute yourself, Deborah.
Okay.
There
Am I
you go.
muted now?
Keep talking until we see you.
Okay.
Louder.
Yes, my sit to stand, I cannot do it with the right at all. Hard, barely clear my bottom off the surface. And then with my shoulder, with the elbow bent, I can raise this one up high, and this one, it wasn't like this yesterday. I don't know what I did.
Awesome.
Because I've been doing this with my patients, and I'm not sure what I did yesterday to lock that up.
Awesome. Show us your sit to stand.
Okay, hang on.
I gotta stop talking.
Let me get, okay. This is the right, yeah, that's it. And then left,
Awesome. Thank you.
it's easy.
Suzanne, let's see your arm raise abduction left, which is a 70. Suzanne, say something. Unmute yourself to the bottom left. I'm going to do 5 of these. Suzanne, unmute yourself, bottom left. Oh, barely. Say it again.
Can you guys hear me?
Sort of. Let me see what I can find you.
Can you hear me?
Barely.
Oh. Susan, where are you?
Can you hear me? Why is it not working? Casey, help me. Casey,
I can hear her, Tom.
Yeah, there she is. Okay, I'm going to put her on. Okay, Susan, go ahead. We see you now.
can you hear me through this?
A little bit.
I unplugged it, but now I can't hear them at all.
So show us your issues. Show us your abduction issue, Suzanne.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not sure why I'm not on the screen though. I'm not going on screen.
You're on screen.
I am. Okay. So this is my right.
Yep.
And that's my left.
Oh, nice. Nice. Awesome. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm going to unpin you now. Let's see who else we got. Oh, Carol Montgomery.
Okay, my problem is closed chain knee flexion, sit to stand can't do on the right, and hip extension of 40.
Show 'em. Oh, you've had surgery?
No, just taped it. Just
Okay,
taped
good.
it.
Okay.
And this is the right.
Oh, oh, nice. Okay, cool. Awesome. And what was the other one?
Hip extension.
Okay. Wow.
And
Okay. Cool beans. Let's see. Let's get a neck. Linda Steinfeld. Let me unpin you here.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to pin you. Hold on one second. Pin you. Yep. Did we just go ahead?
You ready for me to talk now?
Yep, I am. Yeah, you're good. You're pinned.
Okay. Hi.
Hello. Show us your neck problem.
So that's to the right,
Okay.
and to the left has always been significantly less.
Nice. Okay, good. Now let's see your hip abduction.
I can't stand to show you that because I have a broken foot. So I can't stand on the right foot.
Okay, gotcha. All right, cool. Thanks for that. Thank you. I want to get somebody who's got some lower body problems going on. And I've got people like Lindsay Rush, who's got problems on both sides going on. And I'll talk about that in a little bit, but I'm looking for somebody with one-sided stuff right this side. I know we got Deborah with her knee. God, we got some messed up people. MDS didn't have his camera. Okay, cool. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people right now. All right, and you guys got stuff because you're going to watch what's going to happen now. We got these people online that we're going to show. Okay. We've got you guys, the rest of you, that you're going to put down what you started with and what it is now. All right. And we're going to see multiple things change because what we're going to do next is we're going to treat. And then you're going to say, hey, my neck pain was a 70 and now it's a 30. And my leg was a 60 and now it's a 20. And my trunk was a this and this. And so we're going to see it. And every time we treat, we're going to then do it again. And we're going to show it so that you're not just going to put one number down. You're going to put your starting score and your ending score and see how it's happening. Okay? So it's really cool. I wanted to get a couple people on screen so we all seeing a bunch of people change. All right? And then from here, we'll also see other people change that aren't on screen. Cool? All right. So here's all you're going to do. And again, guys, I'll explain this. And again, it's in the emails too, as far as the opposite side and why this works. But all you're going to do now is you're going to twist to the right or the left, whichever. You're going to twist one side. You can twist the other side. All right. So mine's harder, like right from there to there. I still kind of go as far, but it's harder. So now I'm going to have another chart here. No, maybe I'll do this one. I'm going to show my screen in 1 second. Okay. So find out, okay, which side is harder and how much harder is it? I don't tell people 1 to 100. I say a low, medium, or high. All right, so answer that to yourself. How much harder was one side than the other? Low, medium, or high? It might even be everyone it has a different, it might be 2% though, okay? But what I want to know, like that one's easier. I can get there, but right towards the end, it's just harder, okay? It's not as smooth, it's not as easy, right? And so what I want to know is how much harder is the one side than the other? Low, medium, or high? Low is a 10, 20, or 30, higher the number, worse it is. Medium is a 40, 50, or 60, higher the number, the worse it is. High is a 70, 80, 90, or 100. Higher the number, the worse it is. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to show you how I'm scoring it. I got a nice, neat form. Okay, you guys just have it. And I got the twist. Okay, so we're going to call these, this is actually the Fab 3 that we're doing. There's Fab 6, actually. We're going to do the twist. I'm going to say my left side is harder, and I'm going to call that a 30. So what now we have the ones, we will exercise these. The exercises. These are the exercises we're going to do, and we're going to see what they do to this. What all of these, how they change it. Fair? So what I want to know now, okay, this is kind of odd. I'm going to put my little dashes. Don't put anything down yet. Don't put anything down yet. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to put mine in capitals. I'm going to say twist is a 30. Okay, that's all I'm going to do to left. So all I want you guys to do is put down which side's harder and by how much. Okay, so everybody in the chat box, put down. So what you're going to notice, whether this was your problem or not, many of you, whether you move this one or not, are going to have an issue here. So guess what? You don't just have issues where you think you have issues. You have issues where you don't even know you have issues. They're all issues. We're going to take something in the body that works well, and we're going to try to use it to fix things that don't work well or move well. So we're all about finding motions that work well, using those to fix motions that don't work well. Kind of the opposite of what you've been brought up to do, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. So look, we got some messed up people there. All right. So what we're going to do now is simply this. We're going to twist to your good side as far as you can for 2 sets of 20 reps. I'm going to do it too. All right, so everybody, 2 sets of 20 reps. Two sets of 20 reps. And then, after the 2 sets, you're going to put down what your turning to the bad side is now. So if you'll notice, I don't know where Beth got in the middle of my way here, but what it should look like is I went from a 30 down to a 5. So what I'd like to see is write it like I did and tell me, once you finish, you can rest 15, 20 seconds afterwards and just see. And again, take your time. Beth, I don't know what a 0.7 to 75 is. You mean a 75 to a 7? It just, I think you typed it wrong. All right. And then you got to put your beginning and ending scores, guys. You got to put your beginning and ending scores because we want to see, nobody can see what you're doing, okay? Everybody put this up. Begin 40 and 10. Good job, Mike. 30 to 10, 30 to 25. 10 to 5. 90 to 40. 30 to 20. 30 to 25. 30 to 10, 30 to 10, 50, 40, 10 to 5. Right? 30 to stayed to 30, 50 to 20, 75 to 60, 30 to 10, 70 to 10, 60 to 0, 20 to 10, 15 to 15, not much change, that's fine. It's not gonna, 30 to 10. Now we've only done 2 sets. Like Beth says, she goes out and says, I'm gonna change you in 45 seconds. You guys, all of you changed. Most of you changed 50%. You might go, oh, big deal, I was a low score anyways. Those who went from a 50 to 20, that's pretty substantial. Maybe a 30 to 10 is. 70 to 10, that's a big dag change. You know, so many of you are changing over 50%. Maybe that twist wasn't your issue, but we found that it is an issue in your body. So we took it, we fixed it, we realigned it a bit better. Now what I want you to do is I want you to recheck. I want you to recheck your other things. So this is the first exercise. So we've done the first exercise. And now what I want you to do is recheck your neck rotation. See what it is. All right? And then what I want you to do is to tell me in the box, but don't let me put my stuff in first, is I want you to tell me how you doing now. But you've got to go back and say, okay, neck went from a 40 to a 20. And arm, 70 to a 10. And then, for me, trunk, 30 to 10. Okay, so you'll see me in the box. All right, so now what you're seeing is what effect did the twist have on these other parts of the body. Nate, with doing the twist, his shoulder went from a 90 to a 40. Chris's trunk side bend went from a 40 to 25. Kathleen, will you make those be unprivate? I don't even think you know it. You said you couldn't know, but, well, it's okay, Kathleen, because you said you didn't quite know. Kathleen said went from a 40 to a 10. But again, tell me what area, Kathleen, it was. Deborah's sit to stand, which we'll be looking at in a second, went from a 90 to a 10. Shoulder, 70 to 0. Linda, neck went from a 40 to a 20. Hip, somewhat better. Can't really test it. T. Mooney, 50 to 40 with shoulder. Knee, Carol, 90 to 70 with a twist. Again, 90 to 70. All right, still that's a good deal. Pierre, neck changed from a 40 to a 0. Pamela, neck went from a 45 to a 60, so it increased. That's okay. It happens. Don't be afraid because something increases. Beth, 75 to 50. Keep going, guys. We got 35 people on here. Extension, 50 to 30. Standing flexion, 70 to no change. Okay. Shoulder abduction, 70 to 40. 40 to 25. Heather, you got to put down, not down 10. Down to 10. But what did it start with, Heather? Nate, 60 to 30. Mike, 60 to 10. This should be flooring some of you guys. Can't remember what I did with knee, nose, but it helps. Okay, hamstring, 90 to 90. Left, 40 to 30. Right, 25 to 20. 40 to 30. 45, okay. Mike's 50, or Gil's 50 to 20. 90 to 10. Ooh, we got to see shoulder, Heather stuff. All right, pretty damn cool, guys. Now, before we go again, all right, 10 to 8. Let me just talk a little bit here. The deal is, if I find a motion that works well and the other side is yucky, yeah, definitely, you can definitely just do that, all right? If you have a yucky and a yucky, I don't recommend doing it. It's not coming from that motion. That motion's probably not going to fix it. Another motion in that area or a motion in another body part will fix it. So if you have two yuckies, just don't do that. That's why when some of you guys had knee on the left and the right were yucky, I'm not going to have you do it, but pay attention to it, okay? And if the only other thing is, if you have something that feels really good on both sides, you can use the gooder of both sides to fix something else in your body. So again, let me say it. If you have a yummy and a yucky, use the yummy and see if it fixes a yucky. If you have a yummy and a yummy, use it to see what it does to something else. But if you have two yuckies, don't do it. Right now, what I'm trying to share with you is let's use a total, everybody's coming in with all these crazy issues. You think that you have to know something. We're going to do a twist and see what it changes in people's bodies. And damn, look at all these conditions that are changing from doing one exercise to a motion that works well. That's stupid. Okay? So somebody, Chris Collier said went from a 30 to a 10, a 30 to 0, a 30 to 20, and a 40 to 30. So what I'd like you guys to do now is do, really, if something works, we should go do it again, okay? But for the sake of this time, go to the good and keep pushing into the good. And what I like to do is I like to think, so you guys all do it right now. Go to your good side right now, whatever it is. Push with your shoulders. Twist, twist, twist from your shoulder. Twist from your mid-back and chest. Twist from your belly and your low back. Twist from your pelvic floor and your sacrum. Good. Now from your pelvic floor and sacrum, belly and low back, chest and mid-back, shoulder, 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 twist. Let your head go where it wants to go. Don't let her, and come out of it. Okay. Some people will like reps more than pushing into end range, as we could just call that. But we want to test them both, see which one works better, and we'll keep doing the one that works better. Okay, now let's do it again. Twist, 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 twist. We're going to do this 2 times. We can do it 3 times, 4 times, doesn't matter. Twist from the shoulders, twist from the belly, or the chest and the mid-back, belly and the low back, pelvis and the sacrum. As a whole entire barrel, let your head go where it's most comfortable. Chest and mid-back, and shoulders, and relax. All right? So I'm going to say now, all right, so what I want to do now, if you can remember this, and that's why I wanted you to write it, let's just say my twist went from a 30 to a 5 to a 0. So I'd like to know your 3 things of your twist. And again, I actually should put twist there, and I forgot. Put twist, 30 to 5 to 0. So if you can put down there, let's see now what that does. Let's see what everybody is on the motion we chose to do, which is one of the Fab 3, and we're going to then see it. Don't go and put anything else. Just do your twist, put your scores down. Now you should see 3 numbers. I should see 3 numbers. 3 numbers. Beginning, the first time you did reps, and now that you push this into end range. If you don't remember it, you can put 30, question mark, and then the last number. So if you don't remember it, you can put the beginning one, question mark, and the ending one. So hopefully as you're looking at these chat boxes, you can see why Beth is out there changing doctors in 45 seconds, presenting at presentations, changing them in 40. We're changing, right? So Heather said 50 to 0. Really? Yeah, now you're seeing all sorts of good stuff happening. You know, Nate, 90, 60 to 30. Why should I stop Nate from doing the twist to fix? All right, well, now you guys are now you're putting shoulders and stuff. Now you guys are putting everything. Okay, so now you guys get it. So now what you should put down is, what is your neck? Okay, so let me show you this on here. This is great. You guys are getting ahead of the curve. You're so excited. But what you now should have is, you've done a second exercise, end range, end push, and this dropped down to whatever it dropped down to, right? And that's what you should be giving me. Oh my God, this is great. You guys are awesome. Holy cow. One of the most powerful exercises. Well, these three are very powerful, all of them. These are awesome, guys. Pierre, 70 to 10 to 0 on the trunk. The neck went from a 40 to 0. Courtney, 40 to 15. Mike, 60 to 0. Chris, neck, 30 to 0. Elbows, 30 to 0. Linda, 40 to 5 with her neck. Pain gone in SI, Mike said. Nate, 60 to 20. Deborah, 90 to 20 on the, oh, she went back up on the sit to stand. She knows what to do to that because she's a TMR student. Put them down, peeps. All right. Just so you know, we're telling the truth here. We are going to get Heather back on here. And paying Heather, I'm going to unmute you. I think you're going to have to unmute yourself. Heather, show us your.
Sorry, I sound so bad. Can you hear me?
You're fine. Show us your abduction. Show us your
get it back
abduction.
further so you can see my shoulders.
Show us your abduction.
That's a good one.
Yep.
Here's the bad one.
It was an 80, people. Okay, thank you. Don't keep doing it. So I'll explain why you don't want to keep doing it. Like next session, whether that's tomorrow or later tonight, if you were to do it and it feels equal, then you can treat whatever you want. But right now, let's not try to throw that back out. And I'll talk about that. All right, now, thank you. Deborah, get on here and say hello before I'm just going to try to find Deborah. Deborah? Okay, I'm going to pin you down here. All right, Deborah. I got you now. Deborah had an issue with her elbow.
Unmute.
There you go.
I'm unmuted. Okay.
Show us your elbow.
No.
Left side, the bent one. Thing you couldn't move.
Oh, yes. Oh, this, yes.
The other side, though.
So this is.
There you go. There you go. Now show us the sit to stand.
Right here before.
Good. Show us the sit to stand.
Okay, so. All right, so I'm going to do my right one now, which I couldn't get up before.
Nice. The harder we can get up. Awesome. Suzanne, I'm going to pin. Thank you. Suzanne, we're going to pin you now. I'll unmute you, I think. Nope, you're going to have to unmute yourself. Oh, there I go. So you're unmuted, Suzanne. Suzanne, yours was abduction also, right? Go ahead. There you go. Oh, she's still got something. So what works better for you, reps or pushing into end range? Okay, we can't hear you, but go ahead and do another set of which one helped better. Okay? So again, we're still treating her with the rotation. We could go up and do abduction on her arm, but we'll save that for a minute. Okay? All right, Kara, let me find you here for a second.
Here I am.
Yeah, I know, but I got to pin you
okay.
here. I got to pin you here somewhere. Let me see. Say it. Talk out loud again.
Yes, here I am. Here I am. Yeah, there we go.
Go ahead.
definitely improved with the in range rather than the repetitions.
Sure.
And I can at least start to get up onto this left leg. So here's this one. No pain.
Nice.
Better motion.
Nice. Nice. And how about your abduction or something you did, or hip extension?
Hip extension. Oh, I didn't even check that.
But guys, these are just beginnings. It's like, are we expecting her boom, right, go down? Not necessarily, but like you're feeling a significant amount of difference, aren't you?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Pain-wise and everything else.
Yeah. Pain-wise, much improved. Hip extension, not a lot of change.
Okay, cool. And Linda, let me find you, Linda.
Are you looking for me with the neck?
And hold on, I have to let me unpin her. Talk loud again.
Are you looking for me with my neck?
Yes, I am. There you go. All right.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead. You pinned, I thought. Go ahead.
Okay. So I couldn't turn to the left, and now it's just about equal.
Getting there. Not quite, but yeah, getting there. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Yeah.
Getting there.
It's good. No, that's good. Actually, first time it looked real awesome. All right, gang. Questions? The lady who said she had a broken ankle, how does it feel now? Or how does the ability to, anything change? Should have actually gotten you. Questions? Comments? Nothing? You just had all that stuff change?
What were you saying about the yummy versus yucky? I kind of lost you on that.
So I'll come back to me. So if this one is good and this one's yucky, it means that I could literally just come over here and do this one, and it'll probably improve this. If they're both yucky, it's probably another motion in that area or another body part that'll fix this.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And if they're stiff, if they're both yummy, okay, they're both yummy, then I probably can use the yummier one to fix some other body part. Just like you use the twist, and you should, even if the twist is very equal, find the one that's slightly yummier, okay, and maybe they came in with jaw pain. Oh, okay, I'm with jaw. You could do the good-sided twist to fix that jaw. Now, look at what we just did. Because some of you are going, all right, T. Mooney, no problem. Some of you guys are looking at this like, wow, look at the changes that are happening. But pull back for a second. I'm not stressed out about treating 36 people. I'm not stressed out about having multiple conditions that I'm treating. I did one freaking exercise, instructions, and this is the changes you guys are having. You're going to run into obstacles in your mind. How long does it last? Will it be there tomorrow? It's got to be a fluke. It just must be some bar trick. Blah, 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 blah. Well, let me ask you this. If I went and it took me a half hour to change you, right, doing traditional therapy or doing something else, would you rather have that? Or would you have something that changes you instantly? Right? Would you rather have something that, hey, this didn't change you much, but this one changed you a ton. Which one would you rather take home with you? Got it? So looking at that, you go, okay, I got it. So right now, every condition you have, every one of the things that you just presented as your issue, so your neck rotation, your arm raise A to abduction, you can go and treat to the opposite side and see if it works. To the yummier side. However, right now, why don't I show you how to do an arm raise and a leg raise, which is pretty easy, okay? I'll have to show you a little bit. And then we're going to treat those and see what happens to the rest of these people's bodies. And then, if it doesn't change, I'll just tell you, well, go do the opposite of your issue. Because all you've done when you found the issue, that's the thing that was bugging you. Well, there's other things in your body that you didn't recognize that were also really problematic. And all I'm doing is using something good to fix something bad. And I'm going to show you And if you got to watch the videos beforehand, all I'm doing is shortening tissue versus lengthening tissue. All I'm doing is compression rather than decompression. You guys are used to treating into that which is restricted. You're used to, oh, they can't lift up an abduction. Okay, let's take the TheraBand, don't quite go up there. Or let's wall walk, not quite up to it. So you're already used to that. I'm not saying it doesn't work sometimes, but what you should be doing, no matter what technique you use, you should be tracking just like this. If you have a shoulder problem, you should say shoulder abduction. It's a 70. And if you do the bad side, and then you should come down here, right? And I'm going to do, you know, the bad side. I'm going to decide to do, I'm going to put the shoulder T-band into bad or into restriction. Well, after 2 sets of it, you should recheck it and see if it's better. Then what you should try, shoulder T-band into ease and see what the score is. Because chances are this will stay at 70 and this now will go down to 40. That's where I said you didn't know to do that. Because we were taught in school, whether you're, well, I don't care what type of clinician you are, let's just say you know how to do joint modes. You were taught, hey, find the joint around, move the joint, because you're not very good at it. You just came in and you're brand new. And find what's most restricted, because it's the easiest to feel, maybe. Well, as you're deciphering that, you're actually deciphering also what's the easiest. But for some reason, they chose you to go into the hardest and then say, see, there's your routine that you should do when you have a shoulder problem. Well, why didn't they say that's one way and then say, hey, let's also go into ease of that joint mode and see if we go into the easiest, which instead of, let's say the hardest is anterior to posterior and the easiest is inferior to superior. Well, great. Why don't we do into restriction, saw what the result was, and then why don't we go into ease and see what the result was? If you would have, known, oh my God, how well this stuff worked. If you had been tracking your shoulder and your knee and your ankles and your back as you did that shoulder, you would have noticed that as you're treating this, shit's changing. But you don't. And so what you've got here in this thing here is, damn it all, every damn time you do something, you should then be tracking what's happening with all those other issues. Okay? You got to stop being a one-dimensional therapist. And this is what I'm telling you. If you will stretch out and do what I'm talking about here, you can treat as many people as you want and get these kind of results. And imagine if you had 100 people online, you treat them all, and then you say, would you like to come in for help now? Imagine right now, you guys have seen how many people say, yeah, I'm interested. Imagine all the people saying to you, hey, I'm interested in coming in to see you for a visit. Are you kidding me? Of course. Because many of you have not changed in years. I had a guy on last week to this, 10 years unable to lift this arm up above, big muscle guy. He was just saying, shit, I can't believe this, as he's getting better. Sorry for all the swearing. Okay, so let's show you how to do something else so you guys can get out of here. My kid, I think, is chomping at the bit. I think I'm supposed to take him to the movies or something. Got a little girlfriend, it's before Valentine's Day. So, okay, so arm raise. This is the only one that I'm going to give specificities to, because people don't realize that when they go and do an arm raise, this arm might look like this. Look at all this gap. And this one's like this. You're not comparing apples to apples. So I have to force you into apples to apples, which means what I want you to do is straighten your arm out, keep your elbow straightish, and slide up against your head. Completely up. If you don't make it, you don't make it. But I want you to slide without your head tilting. My head's tilting a little bit. And keep it there. Slide all the way back, and only when you're beyond it, if you can get that far, can you move it away from your head. That means you don't have to have a mirror or anything else like that. And then do this side as far as you can. And see what you have. Now, I've got to get back to my. I got to clean up my. Okay, so on raise. Okay, so which one's harder? I gotta do this again for me. Oh, my left one, not much. All right. So what I got here is which one's harder. It's 20. All right. Oh, left for me. And then I'm going to come down here. I'm going to do a leg raise too. And I'm going to show you guys how to do that. We haven't treated anything yet on this one. All right. So I'm going to do a leg raise. It's pretty simple here. Leg raise, leg raise. However, I want you to turn in your chair. You shouldn't have anything behind you. You're allowed to lean back and stuff. But if you hit the chair, you're a chair. You're not a body. So what I want you to do is put your leg out far enough so that when you put your heel down, it relatively straightens your leg. And then just kick up as high as you can. Notice I'm leaning back a little bit. I don't want you to stay up like this and do it. It's just not natural. And then take your other side and kick it up as high as you can. And don't do it quickly. Just try to keep on doing it. And then put down how hard it is. All right, so I'm going to come back to my scoring sheet. And I'm going to say my left. And actually, guys, I got issues in my hip. I've had stem cells put in it. And it's a 50. All right, so I'm going to put up here my first exercise. I did the twist. Second exercise, I did the twist. This exercise, third exercise, I'm going to let you guys choose which one to do. But what I want to know, you bet, Malcolm. What I want you to do is choose to do your arm raise or your leg raise and put the score down. But let's put the score down over here. All right? So if it goes down to a 5, put it over here. Okay? So I'll just block these off as if they don't exist. I thought I would. Not sure what that means. Yeah, I'm doing something wrong. But all right, so just don't put anything here. Don't put anything here. All right. And if you choose to do your leg, okay, go ahead and do it and put the score here, you know. And then go back up. So what right now, everybody choose one. Because we're only going to do one thing. So I'm going to do the leg raise. Right now, we're just going to do one. I'm going to do the leg raise. Left is starting at a 50. And then I'm going to come down, and let's say it went to a 10. So everybody, just let's start there right now. Okay? So everybody right now, I just did my leg raise. You do 2 sets of leg raises are heavier. So I always say 8 to 12 to 15. 2-3 sets. Arm raises are easy, so you might as well do 20 reps or 3 sets of 15. And get working. And let's just see what happens with that issue, because that's an issue. All right? Now, even if you have a leg raise that is in symmetry, we can call it a 2. You know, like the right side's a 2% difference. And we can use the thing that's in symmetry, because they're both good-sided. But let's use the gooder of the 2 sides and see what happens to the rest of your shift up above. Suzanne and stuff, that's okay. You got your beginning score of it. You don't even have to put down your beginning score. Let's just do it now that we put down the beginning and then the end once you get done. So. And Beth, you can tell Bill that I might have simplified the form that he's trying to do a little easier, a little better.
I noticed it.
Yeah. So he and I have talked, and he knows how his is not quite, but I said for the simplicity of it, I said I think we can even make it easier. And we've been fiddling around with a couple things.
We've had a lot of patients use it and come back with it. But we learned from you. You take all the credit.
Well, Bill realizes where it actually falls short and how he'll probably eventually come back to the real form. But for now, that's cool. Because what happens is, where do you put the rules? What if they get worse? Then which one do you go? And if you switch exercises back to another, then. But as long as we're pure and simple.
That's why we have to.
Yeah.
That's why you have to be the best educator and know what you're doing.
Yeah, and so exactly. So once you see that happen, then you got to switch to the other form. We're just having a conversation here. So Jim went from 80 to 60. Mike went from 50 to 10, just on that leg raise or arm raise. Okay. Suzanne went from 20 to 10. Linda, left arm went from an 80 to a 20. And then keep on going, everybody. I got 31 people still here. Shoulder went, Nate, 80 to 20. Nate, you got to be jumping up and down. Chris Collier, 10 to 0. And again, guys, if you're interested in the TMR workshop or the TMR or seminar or the TMR, online stuff, the telehealth, please put interested and put your name, your cell number, your email too. Now, if I was teaching a patient, right, what I'm saying to patients at this time, if I'm teaching them all online, is I'm saying, okay, guys, you notice how I just threw that plug in, right? Hey, so I'd say to you guys, hey, if you love what's happening here, this is just the tip of the iceberg, right? You have issues in your body that's holding yourself in pain. But guess what? How long will it last? The more issues you have and the more you fix, the longer it'll stay gone. So you need to be able to learn how to find more issues with a systematic, easy approach, okay, to keep this stuff gone the longest. For you guys, that's actually one of the videos was in the follow-up email I sent, which we'll talk about. Okay, cool. Look at everybody's changing now. Telehealth now. That's the best sense. So interested, cool. So, and again, from a standpoint of I'm not worried about what you came in for. I'm doing multiple conditions at once, which we didn't think could happen. This was a big deal, okay? And I'm just sitting back here really shooting the shit with you as far as it goes. Got it? All right. So now what I want to know is how the heck is the rest of your stuff doing? And this is the last one we're going to do, guys, just for time-wise. You guys have spent enough time with me. Is that I want to know how now, brown cow, the third exercise you did, how's your neck doing? How's your arm doing? How's your trunk twist doing? How's your leg raise? How's everything you started with doing? And so what I want you to do is come on over, put it in the chat box, and we'll be done. There's a lot of explaining why this works and everything else, but okay, neck, it was a 40, and you don't have to put all this stuff now. Just say now it's a 0. And I'm going to put it to arms, and then we'll bring people up if they're still here, and we'll show what's going on with them. And again, don't assume. And some of you may not be having all the way to 0 or 5. Guys, the point is not to think, oh, I'm not helping, or it's not working because you went from a 30 to a 15, or a 70 to a 40. Well, guys, that's still huge. That's 50% changes. That's why I can guarantee if somebody will get on my seminar, I can fix them 50%. Or show them a change of 50%. And if not, I'll give you back the money. I'm actually trying to start seminars where I charge $100. You can pay after the seminar is done, and I guarantee you 100% or 50% change. My average improvement on seminars is like 72% change. 72%, it's crazy. And you guys are seeing it, so I'm not lying to you. If I just thrown that up there and I did some videos and said that's what it was, you wouldn't believe me. But you're being part of the experiment right now. So Mike, neck 0, trunk 10, leg raise 10. I would have liked to know, Mike, what you started at those though. Okay. So Mike, can you put down neck started at, neck was a 70 to a 0, trunk to 10, 50 to 10. That's much more. And then we'll get those people, hopefully you're still on. We'll get those couple people that we had on, and we'll get all their stuff, which, and see how they're doing. So everybody write their scores down. And again, you see how that form is awesome now. And that's a simplified form. I don't care if you're doing joint modes, if you're doing PRT, if you're doing dry needling. that still should be used, because what it does is you OTs out there, and you say, oh, I can't touch below, I'm doing legs and I can't touch above that. Well, now when you do a twist, you can write twist, here's the improvement in the twist, and here's the improvement in the foot. If you're doing a leg raise for an arm, you can put, here's my leg raise differences in my score, here's the flaccid stroke problem, and oh my gosh, they were at 30 degrees and now they're at 160 degrees. We change stroke patients and it changes quickly. I could do a seminar just on stroke, have stroke patients with us, and we change that. Can we do this with a bar trick or core skill? You know we do. We were in the bar, you and me. What are you talking about when we were doing this as a trick? I guess it was a restaurant, but it was a bar too. I've taken the online seminar with you once, but didn't get through it all because the deadline was enrolled through Idaho. You mentioned being able to take it twice. How can I take it for the second time? Just email us, Chris, and we'll get that. Okay, so now people are putting it down. Suzanne went all the way from a shoulder abduction from 70 to a 10, neck 10 to 5, twist 30 to 0. Deborah, 90 to 10 on a sit to stand, arm 10 to 3, or belt elbow 70 to 0. I mean, you guys read this, 60 to 0, twist 40 to 10. And those of you guys, I'm reading this because this chat box does not come up, because this will be replayed for people. So I want them to know it. 40 to 10, leg raise 30 to 0, SI pain 7 to 0. Carol says, interested in doing this work with stroke clients. Do we enroll in TOTS or the TMR level 1? If they're stroke patients, Carol, it should be TMR, not TOTS. Heather, neck right 20 to equal, both right, 90 to 20. Shoulder internal rotation, external rotation 40 to 10. Twist 50 to 0 or 10 to /0. Pamela, active range of motion is normal. Neck 45 to 75. Uh-oh, Pamela, we got to see hers because hers increased. So she may need to go into the restriction part. Beth or Pamela, you can stay on a bit if you want. CVA, love TMR. Yeah, see, Beth is telling you she treats it all the time. So I am open now, guys. You have seen it. You have expressed whether you're interested or not. If you're interested in the seminar, let me know. If you're interested in the telehealth part of it, let me know that. Put your name, your phone number, your email down. Now I could say right now, let's just say I've got my 97 spots filled and I'm trying to get to 125. I got 30 people online. I said, look guys, this won't be available for another 2 weeks, right? These are the kind of things that you can begin saying, and these are the kind of things I want to help you guys with. And I want to get somebody like Steven on here, right? And he's doing it his way, and he's helping us. And so we get people that we're seeing how successful they're getting, and together we're making each other even more and more successful. That's the ticket. Okay. Hey, Jim, do you mind putting down your phone number too? Again, I need your cell because that's so much. A lot of times I'm on the road so much and it's so much easier to just text you and then say, actually, I can text you and then I send you a link to Voxer sometimes and then we can talk to each other at our convenience because I can talk and say something, but you can listen to it when you're free and you can talk back to me and talk to me when I'm free. Okay, Kathleen, again, I need a phone number and an email and your name, okay? And again, a cell phone, please. And guys, think about this. I'm doing everything you should be doing with your patients. I don't want to deal with an office number or a home number. I want something I can connect to them right away. And I want to be able to text them. Why? Because people answer text in approximately 18 seconds, right? They answer voicemails a lot longer, okay? And it just makes, there's something instantly that connects when you've been texted, you know? And then to go from a text to a phone call, there's good stuff that happens. So, gang, I'm pretty much done. I'll show one more part just to show you guys. Now, how the hell did this stuff work? How long does it last? Those kind of things. But I got to pull something up here first, just to let you guys know. I just have to find it. Here it is. Okay, so you got a page. You got an email that sent you to this page. Okay, this page, like for example, video 3, the opposite sides, explains to you why it works and how long every technique lasts. How long does it last? Not TMR. I'm telling you how every technique lasts and why. Right? You got some other videos in video number 2 about other successes. You've got true fans here. You've got that. You can go to the website, totalmotionrelease.com, under seminars. You can, if you want just the seminar, purchase that. If you want to be interested in the telehealth part, go back to that. Go to the homepage and watch these videos, and then give me your email for more access. So you're awesome, guys. Thank you for joining. You guys have rocked. I'll stay here for another couple bits if somebody wants to hear. The lady that you went from a 45 to 75, I'd love to actually help you out right this second, but you can stay on. Or, actually, what I do with people, that if they do increase, there's 3 rules when you increase pain to do, and it's actually do it again to see if it gets made worse, and then flip over to the opposite side that you were treating. So if you're treating the good, you treat the bad. But you'll notice, out of all the 36 people that we're treating, 1 person changed that appears to be for the worse, unless they were scoring things a bit different than what they should. And then there's a rule for that. And we just do it in 60% of the time when they just repeat the same thing on the good side, it'll get better. If it doesn't, we'll flip to the bad side, and then it'll get better. So it's really cool and it's easy. So now we're using the easy stuff and the stuff into restriction when it's needed. Nobody needed a restriction except maybe 1 person out of 36 people. That's huge. Okay? And just because you're on, Carol, I can see you. Can you show us your stuff?
Ease in getting up was so much better.
Excellent. Oh, can you move off a little bit? What's up? Yeah, the light's hitting. There you go. Just show your bad side. Now look at that. Nice. There, she's standing on it. She's staying away. All right. Way to go, girl. All right, let me unpin you. Linda, you want to show your stuff? There's her left, her right. Getting there to the right. Good job. Awesome.
Thanks, Tom. This was a lot of fun.
Oh, thank you. I love it. I mean, when you guys start doing this, it doesn't look like Heather's still here. Heather, if you're there, say something.
I'm here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Wait, Heather, wait, we want to see you.
Oh, what do you want to see?
We want to see that abduction you looked so good last time.
This one that I'm like, oh my God.
Hold on. You're not, some reason you're
Where
not.
am I? I'm right here. I'm talking. Okay, can you hear me? Can you see me now?
Yeah, we see you now.
Yes.
Go ahead.
All right, this is my good side. Here's my bad side. Can you tell?
Yay!
Hey, Tom, ask that lady Linda about her ankle.
Linda,
I see her
ankle.
in the back.
She had said something that the ankle. Yeah, ankles. Linda Steinfeld. Also, I need a phone number. If you didn't already put it, you put yes. You're interested, but you don't. Oh, there you put it. Sorry.
Yeah.
No worries.
Yeah, it's my foot, and it wasn't hurting before, so I'm trying to move it around a little bit, and I'm not feeling any pain at all in either foot. So.
Even standing up will be better for you too.
Yeah, we do this on broken. I mean, we do it while people are in cast, not necessarily on the cast side, but so that when they get out, they're majorly better. When they get the cast taken off, we do this with after surgeries. If they're only given passive range of motion, we passively test it, and then we treat out the rest of the body, and then they get better. If they got plates and screws and it's already healed, we do it. I mean, there's nothing that we don't do it with because we're going to what's yummy, not what's yucky.
Wow. It's amazing. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks, or to more. Thanks a million. We'll be signing up for the seminar. Great. All right, gang. You guys rock. This is fun.
Tom, can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
You're so good at, I've seen a lot of your videos, and you're so good at people that are real resistant to trying something new.
Yeah.
And I find that a lot, especially having clients I've seen for a long time and wanting to try this with them and try something new, or they come in already with a really preconceived notion of what's going on and what they should do. They've done regular conventional physical therapy before a lot. And do you feel like sometimes they really can block their results by their kind of closed-mindedness? And how?
Let me tackle that first. One thing is Pamela had said she was not worse. She was actually given the degrees of movement improvement on her arm. So that's awesome. To answer Chris here, the reason that I have the advanced membership, the thing that's $100 a year once you've taken a seminar, is for this exact reason. I'm going to start this month doing a hot seat once a month to address those kind of things. Because guess what? It's not the patient's problem, it's yours.
Yeah.
Because guess what? I've been the same way. There's things that I gradually have gone through going, why can't I get this so people are doing this right? Or how can I get them to stop resisting so much? And you know what? When I started explaining shortening versus lengthening in the video that I showed, okay, not yet, but it's in the video in the email I sent. When I started explaining like that, I get no more resistance. If I still, I shouldn't say that. When I get resistance now, I say, cool. You want to do the injured side, correct? And they go, okay, cool. Let's do the injured side into restriction, see what happens. Let's then do the injured side into ease, see what happens. Then let's do other areas of the body and see what happens. If you're okay using whichever one does the best, I'm okay using whichever one does the best.
I can tell her something
like that. Thank you.
I can tell her something too. Before we started doing this for so many years, and yes, we always talk about lengthening and shortening, but before we just were positive, we know it's going to change, and already put it in their mind. You're going to do a turn one way and do it. Say, this is how I do it. Sorry, I get excited about it, so I just apologize. I'll tell them to do one side and then rest for 10 seconds. And I'll tell them to do it again. And while you're turning, you'll turn with little to no effort at all. And then we rest for 10 seconds. And I tell them again, now the third time when you do it, you're going to turn further than you did 30 seconds ago. And when you come back, you're going to turn better the other way. Already put it in their mind. It's that easy. And then you can go back on one side's lengthening and it's shortening. I mean, it's easy stuff. But I'm so excited. I mean, 27 years practicing, I've had the best 7 years of my life. I've been where you don't want, it's kind of mundane, just boring stuff, but I can't get enough people coming in, cleaning them up with one diagnosis and just checking from top to bottom. There's nothing that we can't change that first visit, really within seconds.
And Chris, Bill and Beth, the two work together. The way that they use some, they don't even know it, neurolinguistics, in other words, coaxing them. Well, you're probably not there yet. It's where your personality is a certain way here, okay, and you're attracted to the way in which I do that, in the sense of how I take them from one little pebble at a time, walking across so they don't get lost, right? But I will tell you, I had big jumps across the pond for a very long time, and that's why even clinicians wouldn't follow me. And so the best thing, Chris, because you've taken this, call me up and say, hey, Tom, can we chat about this? And I'll set aside time for you. A lot of times, clinicians or instructors that are instructing don't have time because they're out there treating like crazy. I'm not, right? This is what I do. And because I use the exact same thing about the one thing or essential, the essential few, not the multiple many. I live my life trying to like that, except for I have 6 kids. I didn't do the same for that. I had multiple many on that. But I can take the time to answer you guys. So most people that take my seminars will say, Tom, I cannot believe how accessible you are. So Chris, it's you reaching out to me and saying, Tom, can you talk to me? And I can. And then again, become part of the TMR membership, advanced membership. It's $100 a year. All right. That too will start just feeding and be part of the Facebook page because you're already taking it.
I think I am on your Facebook, but sorry, I've actually done both. I've kind of led them like, oh, this is going to be better. And then I've almost found if I just act like I'm just evaluating them and just don't tell them anything, they do better.
And I learned from other people that they said, oh, I'm doing this and I'm doing it this way. And I took parts and I said, oh, I'm doing it that way from now on because it was faster. I'm always looking for the faster. Okay. So, yeah, and there's still some people resist, and then I still have to figure out something. And there's ways. And so you had, we had Deborah that was on here presenting that had the sit-to-stand problem and the elbow problem, and she had a patient that I got on, and he was a military boy, and when we got done, I go, nope, I can't find anything. And he wasn't resisting as far as that goes. His body wasn't working the way it should. So anyways, I'm going to leave and get done here, guys. I got to go, and I think I hear my boys rustling around to get out of here. So thank you so much. I know you meant it probably was going to be 2 hours. It was 3. I hope it was well worth it. And you guys rock.